Good evening and welcome to tonight's episode of Break Even Sports. And we've got a very important one tonight because currently we are watching the FCS championship go on with Illinois State taking on Montana State. So we still will have our usual coverage of soccer. We'll talk about the Division Three championship because that was a really fun game to watch. And let's see what else we have in the pipeline. But as always, I am your host for this evening, Virgil, producer, and I'm here with, we got the full gang today. We got Patrick, Donnie, and Ed. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing okay. How are you doing, Virgil?
It's cool
I'm
as
doing
inside of the pillow, baby.
I'm doing good. I'm doing the best I can. So,
I'm doing well. I think you guys did a great show with Flobo last week. I listened to it on the way to my work. I was going in and out of some horrible back roads, so it would have made no sense. Plus,
Who was he
I-
throwing to?
I did not know anything about the wrestling that y'all were talking about, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to tap out on this one.
How'd you think
or
I feel?
tag out as it were. So,
hey, listen, we tapped into Ed's like childhood talking about Puerto Rican wrestling, so it's like I was more enthralled in that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun to at least experience that part. But after that, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like I was like, bro, I don't know. I have no idea. Although I'll say this, you guys did an amazing job. John, Donnie's correct about that. You guys did an absolutely wonderful, especially you, Virgil. Like you tapped into some like wrestling, and I'm like, I have no idea. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep looking at social media because I have no idea what he's
I
talking
think
about.
I think I texted Ed at one point.
You did.
I just texted Ed directly while y'all were doing it. I'm like, I'm so lost, and he goes, "Me too, dude."
Yeah, you're lost over there. I was lost in here, and I had to keep a straight face. I was like, at some point, I'm like, huh? But then we did talk about.
But it was a great show. Absolutely, I learned some things. I mean, at least I've heard some of the people that y'all heard now. Some of the people y'all been talking about. I still don't follow it well enough to be like able to recall it. But anyway, it was a great conversation.
Yeah.
Flobo's a great guy. I mean, that was he. It was a fantastic appearance by him.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of good insight for you guys, and insights about our show. Period. I thought were kind of interesting from him too.
Oh, absolutely.
Dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shoot, there were people that Virgil and Flobo were bringing up, and I'm like, no idea who that is. So, yeah, but it was a fun conversation.
No, it really was. And then he talked some cricket, which then he piqued my interest there. Talking about the differences between test and T20. So I was like, yeah, this is more of my flavor right here. But it was a lot of fun. He did a great job. Of course, it is Flobo. You know what I mean? So he's always going to be. No, it is not, Phil. No, it is not. That ain't happening.
I could probably find an independent at Seattle we can all go to.
All right. There it is. Okay, sounds good.
I did enjoy the cricket talk because I don't know cricket well. I learned cricket many years ago riding in a car with a coworker that was from the UK. And we had 2 hours of drive time for him to explain the rules of cricket to me. I watched some matches. I could probably sit down and go through a couple of matches and pick it back up right now. I don't think I could just off the top of my head tell you, but cricket it's very interesting when you understand what they're doing to follow a match.
Yeah, I was familiar with T20 because that's what I first kind of got exposed to because I had a friend from New Zealand that kind of once he explained how it worked, it's like, oh, this is fun. I'm hooked.
Yeah.
So was I, man. It was like it's interesting for me that you said that to me that you got introduced with T20 and usually people get introduced with the test.
Right.
Which is okay. All right, I'm with you there. Okay.
But the only reason why I say that is because T20 was on ESPN2, I think, had it at one point. And that's when I was like, and I was watching that, and then he was explaining this between test and T20. And he even said he liked T20 a lot more, even being from New Zealand. And that because they're used to test over there.
Who is this person?
it's like Bizarro Eric tonight on the chat
Is that-
between this and our
Who
text.
are you?
I have noticed that they've been to Wichita quite a bit because I kind of was wondering. I saw one of the Raws a while back being from there. It goes like, I know he's not there, but I should have go to him. And this was like, Prophet, you should go to this.
Is this Ric Flair?
No, that's somebody else.
Well,
That's a good one.
never seen this person before.
You know what though? That is true though. Like honestly, me growing up is like, okay, I watch it, and then it's just like I don't know. Growing up and then just kind of lost interest. I was telling you guys like when I was in college, it was Dragon Ball Z or it was wrestling, and then we got into Halo, and then we did LAN parties when we brought all the Xboxes together. And after that, forget wrestling. It was all Halo parties for me after that.
Man, my friends did Halo too, and all I ever did is like whenever I wasn't studying is that I feel like I watched them play Halo because I never played Halo myself because I wasn't particularly good at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just watched them doing all these campaigns. I couldn't make it out of the first level. Like- Like I could like beat everything, but
Yeah.
then I didn't know where I was supposed to go to get to the next level. So I'd go in the spaceship and out of it, and I had no idea.
It was either that or GoldenEye.
And this
Oh,
may shock you, considering we talked about video games before. I have never played Halo. None of the series.
Oh,
Are
I've
you
never
100
played it
are you
either, but
serious?
I might as well have not played.
I've played every single. I actually still own every single Halo game.
See, I was PS2 guy, so I was playing Time Splitters.
Okay, all
Time
right.
Splitters, Time Splitters 2 is one of my favorite games. So yeah,
I got
but
respect for you,
I
man. I
never got
appreciate-
to
I
Halo.
respect for you.
See,
What
I got
about
I got WWE Raw on PS2. That's the only kind of video game I got. It was a sports game or WWE Raw.
You know
That's-
which the only sport game I played? Two sports games that I played. It was NFL Street. You guys remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
I played
gosh,
FIFA
yeah.
Street.
Yeah, NFL Street, and then we did NBA Street, but I consider that one A and 1B, and then Arena Football.
Oh, nice.
Arena Football went on
Did you-
Xbox, and dude, it was such a fun game.
Did you ever
I
play
still have
FIFA
a
Street?
copy. Go ahead.
Go
Say
ahead,
that
Virgil,
again.
I'm sorry.
What you said? Do I still have the copy?
No, I was just gonna say, did you play FIFA Street?
No, I didn't play FIFA Street.
That was
Again,
fun.
this
With,
was
they had futsal and
Mhm.
like all those type things. It was great.
I
Virgil, I'm
wasn't.
sorry for interrupting you. You go ahead.
No, you're good. No, I still have a
wasn't as
copy.
I wasn't to me, soccer wasn't like to that level just yet. And so I never played it, but I would have played it.
No, talking about Arena Football, I still have a copy of Arena Football Road to Glory because for the PS2 because it had the AF2 teams in there. So it was the only game that I could play as Tennessee Valley Vipers in.
I still got it. I got it upstairs. I
Yeah.
still got that Xbox game. Was that with the quarterback from Colorado Rush? Was it?
Yes. I want to think I had a Colorado Rush player on it.
Yeah, man. Ooh. See,
Either Rush or Crush.
the Crush was Colorado. Chicago Rush was the other one.
Who
It
is
was a
this
crush.
guy?
My brothers and I neighbors got together on Sunday nights and ordered all the pay-per-views, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, etc. Hey man, okay.
I mean, it was a family event for us. I mean, like I said, when I say I grew up watching wrestling, my parents watched wrestling. They went to old Mid-South shows when they were at Fort Polk, Louisiana.
Yeah.
So like it's ingrained.
My parents didn't. I watched it by myself, and then one time, when my sister got mad at me, she told my mom that there was something on WWE Raw during the Attitude Era that I wasn't supposed to be watching.
Oh, that's
So
not
then-
fair.
so- yeah, I know. And I was like, man.
Sister's
she
like, I'm
would've-
gonna shut this shit down.
Yeah, right.
Like
And
I
let me
don't
tell
want
you
to watch it,
something.
so no one's watching this.
And let me tell you, she was successful because guess who couldn't watch? Guess who
Mm.
couldn't watch for a couple of years
Well, they-
until he got older.
They used to and still do. I don't know which one it is. I think they're actually supposed to be having something at the Township Auditorium. At Township Auditorium here in Columbia, and Phil will know about this because he's talking about Greenville as well. I mean, Greenville and Columbia, South Carolina, were hotbeds for wrestling. I mean, the Township was constantly having wrestling.
Well, that Ric Flair guy that keeps showing up on here, he knows about Charlotte, right? Woo!
Well, so here's the thing too about not to hijack this, but like I'm also, what am I doing up here? That was just felt weird on this show. Um, my parents weren't the biggest sports people. Like my parents didn't watch sports at all. Like
Right.
where we grew up, in the church, so like sports was never like the thing for us to do. Like I was always addicted to sports. Obviously, I'm got a sports show and everything, 3 sports shows, as a matter of fact. So we were never really into he was not, and my mom was not. So it's like it was hard for me to say, "Hey, can we go to such and such event? I really want to go see it," because it was just nah.
My dad even though he didn't like wrestling at all, he took me to a couple of shows and where I grew up, because even in my small town, they still brought wrestling shows, because obviously with the live events that we'd have, not really live events, but yeah, I guess, yeah, live
Yeah.
events.
Yeah,
And we even had people like Jake the Snake Roberts come into town, Rob Van Dam, sorry, RVD.
I remember that.
And then Dirty Dick Slater and some of these other guys. I had the Bushwhackers come into town one time. It was crazy. And these were like all guys that I knew from yesteryear, and they were obviously in the twilight of their careers, but they'd taken enough drugs to where the only shows they could get were the small type shows. I hate to even say that, but it was rampant at the time with certain wrestlers, and but it was still cool to see those type of people coming to town, and I got to go and see them wrestle. So that was pretty cool.
2 things. 1, we watched pay-per-view over the years live when Owen Hart died. The event was in Kansas City. And number 2, why aren't you here talking about this?
Yeah.
Obviously, you got plenty to talk about, Eric. You're more than welcome to join Break Even Sports Talk.
Well, like I said before, we would have to change the name of the show.
Breaking Odd. Break Odds.
When I was gonna say,
I'll say it in the
like
black.
a slight profit sports talk. A slight profit. Come on, Illinois State.
And that was a good play though by Illinois
Great
State.
play.
It was, yeah. So let's so I know we want to talk about this game going on. I know we want to talk about the Division III, but we need to talk about some football, some soccer stuff for a minute.
Whoa! You're more okay.
I know. I realized what I did, because before we even get to the games, we have a lot of games to get over, because we had the games on Tuesday forward. We've had some new job openings. 2 big ones and 1 big one, I would say, that's in Scotland.
Yeah.
That's big in that
It's
realm.
big. It's big.
It's big enough. I mean, everybody knows what it. Hell, I know what it was. I sent it to you.
I was gonna say in the conversation of world football, I'd say it's big.
That's fair. I wouldn't say it's as big as the other 2. That's why I kind of hesitated for a minute.
I'd say historically it's up there.
It's up there, yeah. And we'll start with that one, since that was the first one that. Oh no, that was the last one. That's the most recent one that broke. That is Celtic firing Wilfred Nancy, not even making it
33 days.
33 days.
3 days.
So they lost the Rangers 3-1 in the Old Firm, and of course, with having the track record he already had with losing, especially after losing to Dundee, you kind of had a feeling it was writing on the wall. So if he was losing a rivalry game like this was going to be it. But 33 days is not enough to fix the problems that Celtic have.
No.
And when I talked to Patrick about it, I set a line, and I'm really, really sticking with this. Celtic has to play this next higher right, because if they get this wrong, they're about to Nebraska themselves.
Ooh. So you mean they're going to be in purgatory for quite a while?
They're going to be they're going to be a big name that's pretty much become almost irrelevant on the championship scene.
The only counter to that I would say is that there aren't a lot of teams in Scotland, even when Celtic is bad, that can consistently fight them for a league title.
But I'm thinking more on European scale.
Oh well, I feel like they're already there.
I give them a benefit of the doubt on that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, and they've already named a replacement. Even though they just announced it today, Martin O'Neill has already agreed to come back and serve as interim manager until the end of the season, which I think is the perfect appointment at this point. I think
Yes.
trying to get a permanent manager in at this stage for them would be ill-advised because they're in no hurry. And considering that Martin O'Neill, for those that don't know, is a Celtic legend, this is going to be his third stint at the club, second stint this season, because he was already there for an 8-game stretch when Brendan Rodgers left the club, and he went in 8 games. He won 7 and only lost 1. Wilfred Nancy in his 8-game run only won 2 and lost 6. So, and Celtic haven't lost 6 of 8 since the 1970s. So that should tell you why everyone is so up in arms. But it's a big. I feel bad for Wilfred Nancy. I agree with Virgil. I don't think that. Oh wait, Paul Bearer. Oh, Undertaker. Sorry. Oh yes. Sorry.
Mobile, Alabama's finest. I'm just
Yes.
saying.
Yeah.
Very
So,
nice man, by the way.
sorry,
When he was, I got to meet
Percy
him once.
Pringle.
Percy Pringle, yes.
Percy Pringle.
Can I ask you guys a question? And
He
then
was-
this is something that I asked Patrick. Also, I was talking about as he was doing his walk today. I think he, Patrick goes down the list of people that he talks to throughout the day. About so it's just not how he goes. But he has a question. It's like, so he left a pretty good job that he had, right? If I'm not correct, at MLS with Columbus to go to Celtic and then to be fired 33 days later. That's rough, man. Like, I don't know, man. Was it
Well,
worth it?
I think he bet on himself. I mean, I think he bet that he could do it. It's just that, and I was telling you this earlier, Ed, that I don't know if he knew exactly what he was getting himself into by going to Celtic, or just how big or important Celtic is to Celtic supporters in the landscape of Glasgow in Scotland, and what it means in Scottish football. Because I mean, it's a way of life. I mean, Columbus probably loves the Columbus Crew, but the Columbus Crew are not.
Oh God, they'll
The way-
never
like
be
the
to
way
the
of
level of Celtic. No, that's
so-
well aware.
Yeah. So
But he could have
I
been
think-
he could have built a dynasty if he, given the opportunity in
Well,
Columbus.
yeah, I think so. But I think ambition is probably, if you you don't want to reach a place of what am I trying to think of? Complacency in MLS, because if it gets too easy for you, or you're doing that, I think, I don't know that his relationship with MLS is close enough to where that's what he wants to do with his managerial career. I think he has ambitions of making it in European football, and he still might. But I think that a lot of the sacking was down to the protests from the supporters, because it was getting very toxic very quickly. And when the higher ups are starting to be threatened by the supporters in no uncertain terms, as they can be in those types, especially when you lose an Old Firm derby, that's when the writing was on the wall. Because not only did Wilfred Nancy get let go, but their director of football, Paul Tisdale, also left the club as well. So it's not just a managerial change; it's also your director of football, your sporting director, that's also changing. So you're kind of rebuilding the foundation. But I think Martin O'Neill is a safe pair of hands, and he's about the best appointment they could have made, given the options that they had to work with, in my opinion. And I would love to know. I would suspect that a lot of Celtic supporters probably feel the same about that, because Martin O'Neill is one of them. So he knows the club, and I think that while they may not be happy, certainly with the position and the situation the club are in, I think that they'll take that right now, given the set of circumstances. At least the large majority.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I still think they're not gonna. I don't think they'll reach. They'll get the Hearts. I think Hearts is pretty much. I won't say they're wrapped up, but I mean that's going to be hard.
Well, here's the crazy thing: even losing 6 of 8, they're only 6 points back in the table.
That is true, but
and they play Hearts, Hearts later this month. So, if that goes well, then who knows what could happen? Because I mean, Hearts, while playing well, can still drop points.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's a tall order. I think certainly they're up against it, but the fact that they're only 6 points back tells me that there's still a race to be. It's just nice to know that someone's not wrapping it up by January, and that
Yes, that
not
is
a race. So this is
it's
good.
nice.
I think in the greater landscape of Scottish Premiership, I think this is good because it opens it up for a neutral to maybe have another team. I would love to see Hearts win it personally. To see another team other than Celtic or Rangers win it would be great.
So it gives you some parity for that
Good job,
league.
Illinois State. Go
I know. I
Rangers.
just saw the touchdown.
Yeah.
Virgil, I believe. Okay, so that's all I have to do.
So you believe in Hibernian, is what you're telling me?
Well, no, I was going to say I believe in Illinois State.
In
So
Illinois State.
That's
Yes.
all I have. That's all I have to do.
I mean, they're still in it. They've taken.
Hey,
their
it's still
punches
early.
against- They've taken their
Believe.
punches against Montana State, and they're coming. They're still doing good.
And honestly, I think in the grand scheme of things, Donnie would be a believer as well.
Probably.
I think he would be.
How many? And again, this is the part where you educate Ed, and you probably educate Donnie as well. How many total leagues are in the Scottish League right now? How many total league teams?
Like in the Premiership?
in the top division.
Yes, top division.
12.
Let's just stay with the top division.
12.
12 of them. Okay, so technically, it's just like it is with with the Premier League.
Well,
But the Premier League has more. I
it's
get it. I
still-
understand that.
yeah.
But close
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah,
But-
their system's a little more interesting because they have a championship playoff and
Exactly.
a relegation playoff too. So the top 6 go into a championship playoff. The bottom 6 go into a relegation kind of thing. So it's a little different.
I
Yep.
like this.
Yeah, it's fun.
I
it's
like
fun.
this playoff system, but God forbid you have that in the Premier
Okay.
League.
Well,
With the
I've always
Pompous
considered
dude.
Virgil a Falkirk
Hmm.
supporter. I can envision Virgil being a Falkirk guy. I don't know why.
Do you know which Scottish team got me to follow? I watch Scottish football.
Hibs.
No, they're no longer in Premiership. Inverness, Caledonia
Ooh.
Thistle.
Is it their awesome mascot?
It was that in the name. I'm like, what team is this? And then it was
Speaking of people freaking people out, wouldn't it be Inverness? Isn't it Inverness that has that weird star thing? Or am I thinking Partick Thistle?
I think that's Partick Thistle.
Partick. Okay.
And no, Donnie, we will not be picking a team from the Scottish Premier League. Okay, we already have enough teams.
Donnie already.
I was
Donnie
all
already
I was
had it.
all I was already debating between Dundee United and Dundee Free for All, apparently, because they don't have a second name.
No, Donnie's Dunfermline because then they're going to be the Dunfermline Donnies.
I'm
Or-
actually I'm on their website right now looking at all the
I'm looking at the teams too. I was like, which one speaks to me? And it's like,
Definitely Dunfermline. Oh no,
I was like Crocodile Dundee or Dundee United.
Is that
I
a
don't know.
touchdown by Montana?
that's
Oh damn!
unreal.
Yep.
That's unreal.
Oh damn, that sucks. That's unfortunate.
That's a backbreaker.
That is a
Oh,
backbreaker,
man.
especially so quickly after scoring.
33-yard catch.
That was
Let
a
me show you the
3-play,
mascot.
75-yard drive. Is Lane Kiffin at Montana State?
You know they have no hot yoga in Bozeman.
Phil, I was with you there. That's the exact same thing I thought about as soon as he said that.
Yes.
Holy Jesus, what is
Yes.
that monstrosity?
This is the
That-
Sun mascot that Patrick was mentioning. This is from Patrick Thistle.
What
Partick
is
Thistle.
that
Thistle,
thing?
sorry.
Partick Thistle?
Partick Thistle.
Yeah. And what's his name again? Is it Kingsford?
Let me see if we can find
Or
the name real quick.
Kingsley. Not to
What
be confused
is
with-
that thing?
So he comes from a commercial partnership that he's a mutant sun god, but it was some type of I want to
Come
say it was
again? A mutant sun god?
I want to
Did
say
he-
it was
did he
the
stutter?
front of and Virgil, correct me if I'm wrong, it was a front of shirt sponsor. or
I don't
something?
I don't know the story behind this one as much.
Hold on a second. I got the sun god in my arm.
Does it look like this?
It's Kingsley.
Look, it's right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know it's Kingsley. I just because it was like the owner had something to do with the with that group, and then
That's atrocious.
Can you imagine Ed dressing up as Kingsley?
Oh, 100%.
I can totally see Ed dressing up as Kingsley.
Oh, Mia would love that.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah. yeah. This Halloween, Ed's going to be Kingsley walking around trick or treating with Mia.
That is.
No, Daddy, I don't want to eat candy this year.
And yes, it is Kingsley. You're right.
Yeah,
Oh God, that's
Yeah.
just.
he's awesome, isn't he?
Let's go with that.
He's
The
awesome.
teeth are freaking me out, and then the fact that there's no nose, the lack of a nose, it is just two nostrils.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remove it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Virgil,
So-
can I go ahead and just give Donnie the Dunfermline so they can be the Dunfermline Donnies?
I mean, well, does he want to be Dunfermline? Does he want to be Dundee? Does he
Dundee.
want to be-
Oh no, the Dundonnies.
The Dundonnies.
I
There's
like
there's
that.
choices.
That's even
But
better.
should I go with the regular one or the United ones? I mean, I like things to be united, but I don't
Well, I
know.
mean,
if
you
I-
got to
better right
pick
now.
because I mean, it's one or the other. You can't pick both. Like you're gonna get to a
Trust me,
fight.
the supporters of each would tell you they are very different.
Well, and the thing is, my ancestry is predominantly Scottish, which I didn't know that until I did the ancestry. So out of the percentages, I think the higher percentage of the European part of my ancestry is Scottish, which I had assumed it was more Irish, but it's not.
Just-
I don't know, man. Dundee United and then regular Dundee FC, their crests are very different.
they
Yeah,
are.
United looks
What's that,
kind
Polly?
of cool. I don't know.
He's 10% Scottish, 90% wealthy.
All right, Polly.
That's
Polly,
hilarious.
Polly, you are awesome. Thank you for that.
That is hilarious.
Oh,
Holy crap! Did they score that touchdown right before the halftime?
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does-
that's unfortunate.
Does Montana State get the ball second half?
They do.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So this has a chance to be really bad when they get the ball back.
Ooh.
That's a big Samoan dude.
Polly,
Well, as we have,
Polly, that was a perfect response. Thank you.
as we have Ed look over or not Ed, Donnie pick his Scottish team,
The Dundonnies.
which is nice that he's not picking Celtic or Rangers.
Oh, he literally jumped over a dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Well, it's good for you, isn't it? Didn't you pick Montana State?
Oh, did I?
You did.
Oh man.
Of course
You
I
mean
did.
you mean how you're like at the top of the picks or something? I don't know.
I don't think I am, but I'm gonna go ahead and claim it.
What did
All
Polly, what did you clip there?
No, we did not. I did not watch the Steelers. Do you know why I didn't watch the Steelers?
Did you fall asleep during the game?
No, I was watching Division 3.
You were watching North Central and Wisconsin.
Yeah,
I was
Whitewater.
split screen on that.
Yeah, same with me.
I was watching that, and then also at the same time, I was doing an interview for the Dead High Chronicles podcast. So I was definitely not watching the Steelers, the Squealers, and the Cravens.
I don't blame you. I'm sure we'll talk about that game
I'm
tomorrow.
sure we will.
Tomorrow, yeah.
So that is one of the managers, but there's two more to talk about. And next one, we're going to go over to Manchester United. This is what happens when you give up points to Wolves. So
One of three that they have all season.
exactly. So to the most shock, I don't know, Patrick, how shocked were you by this?
I wasn't shocked.
It wasn't shocked. Okay,
Um,
that's kind of where I was at, but I wanted to make sure with you.
Well, and tell me if you disagree, but I feel like after his press conference that he had, where he kept referring to himself as the manager, even though he was appointed as a head coach, which for those that don't know, that like in football, the a manager versus a head coach is a very different title. Manager usually means that you have a say in transfers. You've got a greater level of control over it would be kind of like in the NFL, like Bill Belichick having control over operations, right?
Like you partial GM versus just you're out there
yeah.
coaching
I
what
mean,
we
yeah,
give you.
you've got like GM style responsibilities in
Yeah.
addition to you're not really operating under a sporting director in a lot of cases, although sometimes you can. But
So it
have
sounds
a
like
group.
he was trying to claim more responsibility than he has. Gotcha.
In short, yes.
Yeah.
But then there's debate over, because when he came to Manchester United, he was operating or negotiating from a place of strength because they were desperate to get him, and he was a hot commodity at the time in Portugal, coming from Sporting CF, and I don't know. Obviously, we don't know what was agreed and what wasn't, but I know in the appointment it said that he was a head coach, not a manager, which is a new term in England a lot of the time because head coaches are only probably within the last 5 or 6 years. Everyone was always a manager before that, no matter how much level of control they had. But as you've gotten foreign investment coming in, and especially with like American investment coming in, you've heard a lot more about head coaches, and well, your job is just they're going to bring in who they want. Your job is to coach the players that they give you,
Right.
essentially.
That sounds like an Americanization of the sport.
I'd say a little bit,
A little bit.
a little bit. But it's just more about, but when these people have success, naturally they want more of a say. So, but Amorim, it just sounds like he was ready. I feel like he was ready to get out because he went on this rant about, that they weren't investing in the team, even though they spent over 200 million pounds to get him players. Although that only gets you about 3 players these days. But he wanted them to invest this month in the squad. They weren't going to do it because they have long-term targets that they want to do in the summer. And it was just discord, almost a palpable discord between, using an old Chelsea term there, a palpable discord between the sporting director and the powers that be and Ruben Amorim. And when that happens, there's only one result, and that's the manager, that's the head coach going.
So definitely some infighting.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And in fact, I feel like he was basically being begged to be sacked. It's just that he wasn't going to quit because then he forfeits the payoff that he would get.
Yeah.
So he'd much rather be sacked. So that way they have to pay.
I was just going to say, I think he was going to force the fact that he was going to get fired. Like, if I'm going to go, if you don't want me here, you're going to have to fire me. I'm not going to step down.
Basically what he said was, because I think he signed a 3-year deal when he first came on. And he said, we'll work together the 3 years and then we'll go our separate ways. He says, unless they replace me, that's the way it's going to go. So he's basically like, I'm daring you to give me the sack. And it didn't take long. I mean,
they called the bluff.
Well, yeah. And I mean, he doesn't care. He gets out of that mess that they're in, and he gets basically all his money.
So who created the mess? Did coaching create the mess, or did
ownership? Manchester United's been a mess for a while. They're owned by the Glazers, the Glazer family, who owned the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, okay, got it.
Then there was investment.
No said.
Well, the Glazers did something really quite smart. They brought in a new investor, a company called Ineos, that's owned by Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Yep. And while they're not the majority owner, the Glazers are still majority owners, but Ineos has become essentially the new punching bag for Manchester United supporters. So they kind of let them run the footballing side while the Glazers just get all the money, and basically just, milk the club dry for what they're worth, for what their valuation is. And now
it gets higher enough, and then they'll just
sell. Well, don't get me wrong. Like Manchester United supporters, the large majority of them still can't stand the Glazers. But recently, the people that have been in the line of fire are Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Ineos group, because they're the ones that are kind of out in front, making appointments and putting people in place. And the Glazers just kind of get to sit there and collect their money. They don't really, you don't hear them a lot. You don't hear a lot about them.
I think that the American ownership is more of this is an investment for me. I really am not worried about whether or not we win a championship or not. What is, like you said, the valuation of my club compared to before. Yeah. So like I'm here to make money.
And they're not going to invest the level that maybe Manchester United supporters want to see them invest, because like you said, they see it as an investment, I think, more so,
Yeah.
and it's an asset more so than we're honored to be custodians of such,
Correct.
whether you like them or not, one of the most iconic brands in world football. And they've gotten away from their identity of, there's always been a Manchester United way of playing.
Hmm.
Like, your Barcelona is never going to compromise the way they play.
No.
Bayern Munich is never going to compromise the way they play. Real Madrid is never going to compromise the way they play. And if they do, you're gone. But in recent years and with recent managerial appointments since Sir Alex Ferguson left, really everyone's kind of tried to operate a different way. And Ruben Amorim, getting back to what happened, he was very inflexible with the formation he wanted to play.
Right.
He didn't really adapt his style to the players that he had. He expected the players that he had to adapt to his style. And
I got you.
And a lot of the, like the ownership is like, well, that's a problem for us because we're going to bring in the players we think we need to bring in. And he's like, well, whether it works or not, I'm going to play 3 at the back because I think he played a 3-4-3. Is that right, Virgil?
Yes.
It's like a 3-4-3 formation. And that doesn't work really well in the Premier League a lot of the time with the current style of football. It's just, it's kind of like putting a square peg into a round hole. And he was inflexible. And ironically, when he would try to play 4 at the back, they were a lot more successful. But then he'd revert back to his preferred formation of 3-4-3. But he just didn't have the players that he needed to play it the way it needed to be played. So
interesting.
Yeah, at least that's how everything that I've been hearing from Man United supporters and from the analysis I've been watching. That seemed to be the situation from what I gathered.
Now, if you guys think that's impressive for his knowledge about Manchester United,
Here we go. We're about to, yeah.
Let's talk about the other firing that happened.
This one might be a little bit more triggering.
And this is Chelsea with Enzo Maresca. I'm not going to lie. This one surprised me when I saw this one come out.
I wasn't altogether surprised. Just because I know the club. And
why do you know the club?
What's that?
Why do you know the club?
It's a club I've supported for, let's see, almost 20 years now.
Got it. Just wanted to clear the air.
Yeah, it's a new day at Chelsea Football Club, but leave it to Chelsea, which
another new day.
What's that?
Another new day?
Well, it's a new day. Yes, it is.
Don't you dare be sour.
Don't you dare be sour. Anyways,
poor Chelsea.
Yeah, so Chelsea. I was referring to earlier with the Ruben Amorim about how he wanted more of a say in how things were done. That was almost exactly the situation with Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca was brought in as, like I feel like the Chelsea job, as it's known, is one of the premier jobs in world football, objectively. Despite being a poison chalice, let me add that, is you could have argued when he got the job that he was lucky to get it because he was the only, he started out coaching at Parma in Italy and that didn't work out well. And then he managed one season at Leicester and won the championship, but he had twice the budget that probably any other championship club had at that time. He was playing with essentially Premier League players in the division below is essentially what he was doing. So credit to him. He won the league, but still, like, they won it. They had a really good, but then they had a dip in form where they almost lost their lead. So he didn't have a lot of like top flight experience to really work from other than being an assistant to Pep Guardiola at Manchester City and working with the Man City Academy. So I'll start with that. I thought he did a reasonable job. I mean, I think he made mistakes, but I also don't think, he won a couple trophies. You can argue that they're not big trophies. He won the Conference League and then he won the Club World Cup. So, and I give him credit for the tactics that he employed in the game against PSG. It's probably the best tactics I ever saw him employ at Chelsea was in that one game. But he was getting to a point where the way Chelsea is structured, they have an independent third party that assesses whether players are fit enough to come back and play, because they have a private equity firm that's, Clear Lake Capital, that essentially has a large say in the running of the club with Behdad Eghbali. And He was having some issues with them about when players would be available because Chelsea's had a lot of injuries. He felt undermined, and he said a couple weeks ago before Christmas that he had had his worst 48 hours in the club and was attacking. He was flirting with other. The story is that he was flirting with other jobs, the Juventus job and the Man City job if it were to become available at the end of the season, if Pep Guardiola steps away. There was talk that he was not being loyal to Chelsea, and these could very well be club briefs just to try to get supporters on the side of the board. I don't know what's true and what's not, and it doesn't really matter because it's a moot point. And if he's gone, he's gone. But I'm not surprised because it's one of those situations where there was a discord again, and I think there was a breakdown in relationship, and it was only going to end one way. And the interesting part of that story was that they said that he basically essentially resigned. It wasn't so much that he was sacked. So he kind of walked away from guaranteed money. So now there's a side situation where he's now trying to get that money, but if he basically walked away without any kind of negotiations. So it's almost like he forfeited any kind of guarantee that he would have walked away with. So I don't know how that's going to end or what the resolution on that will be. I guess time will tell. But personally, I wish the sporting directors would go. That's just I think it's a bigger problem than Enzo Maresca. I think that the sporting directors at Chelsea are just not good enough. I like Todd Bowley at Chelsea, given what the options were. I don't like the Clear Lake Capital side of Chelsea.
I was just going to ask you the question because, and this is something that we see here a lot in the American football, right? Like, look, we're going to get rid of the head coach because he's the problem,
right?
But then the general manager is the one that puts the club together,
right?
And I'm talking from experience as a Browns fan, right? We just fired our head coach, but we kept the general manager, who's the one that put the team together, which, by the way, is a shit team. So, that was my question to you. Like, is this one of those situations where it's comparable to that?
A little bit.
Okay.
I would say it's kind of like I would say it would be more like Jimmy Haslam putting his hands into everything,
which he has
his hands in and micromanaging every situation,
which he is.
That to me is what Behdad Iqbali and Jose, to a lesser degree, Jose Feliciano, who are part of the Clear Lake Capital Group, do. Really, Behdad Iqbali, like, he comes to the locker room after every game. The sporting directors come in after every game, but that's because they basically suck. I feel like they suck up to the ownership group, and they got new contracts out of it, so it must work. But I think the sporting directors. My problem is that Enzo Maresca was supposed to be their guy. This is like the third manager they've been through, because there was Graham Potter, there was, well, really the fourth manager, because there was Frank Lampard on an interim basis, and then there was Mauricio Pochettino. So Maresca was supposed to be their guy, but when this breakdown in relationship took place and he's now gone, the sporting directors have borne no responsibility for the failures that have taken place. And that's the problem that I have, is that I feel like they've gotten away scot-free and nothing's happened to them. Kind of like how I can't speak for you about how you feel, but it's kind of like with the New York Giants, where Joe Shane survives but Brian Daboll doesn't, and in Cleveland, where Andrew Berry survives and Kevin Stefanski doesn't.
Correct.
So at least at Celtic, where when their manager was sacked, it was like the sporting director and the manager. At Chelsea, we have like 5 directors, but there's really 2 chief sporting directors that we have, co-sporting directors, which to me is a really weird system.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of either one. I wish they both would leave. I don't speak for all Chelsea supporters when I say that, but I can say with confidence I know others who feel the same, and I would be willing to bet there's a majority that probably feel that way. But I don't know. I don't speak for. I'm not a sounding board or a. I don't represent all Chelsea supporters. So, but I certainly believe that they should be gone. I don't ever wish for anyone to lose their job, but it's just if we're talking about responsibility, it's not always just the manager. This is the fourth time it's happened. That tells me there's a bigger problem than just the manager, especially when there are some of the same complaints coming up again and again. Because
Well,
Chelsea's seen as an asset, and they're not going to buy players over the age of 25 because there's no return on that investment. And then we're talking about people with Donnie level money. I mean, these people that, have billions and billions of dollars that they work with every day. Maybe not quite up to Donnie's level, but they work with big money. And it's, they see everything as an asset, and amortization comes into it. They know how to work the books. They're very creative with that. So that's one thing that they do well, and they know how to, work, make the rules work to their advantage, like it or hate it. But they don't understand how investment in football works to me.
Okay.
Well, and I'll tell you this: there are some managers that I do wish were fired. So you said you don't wish for anybody to be fired. There are a few people I wish.
Well,
that were.
I wish
I would
Dabo.
say, I guess I'd say I
already
don't
got fired.
celebrate. I don't celebrate it all the time, but I would say if you're not fulfilling if you're not producing the results that you were hired to do, then a change should be made. And I don't think that the sporting directors that the owners brought in are of a Chelsea standard.
Right.
Certainly not what supporters are. Certainly not what
that's
supporters
understandable.
that came in with Roman Abramovich, whether you like Abramovich or not. And if you don't, that's fine. I understand there's a whole, we don't have enough time to even begin to talk about that. That's a whole loaded other side of things. But we are where we are. And I think the sporting directors are just not, have not been held have not held up to the responsibility that they should have. And I feel like, that they've borne no responsibility for some of the failures of the club. And it's unfortunate to see, because it's always going to be the manager that takes the fall, but there's been they've taken no responsibility at all. And it creates instability for the club. And that's what I don't like. I know it's in this era of football anymore, and in sports, it's hard to have, you're not going to have your Mike Tomlins and your John Harbaugh.
Just kidding. I was just making a joke.
Yeah, you're not gonna have people, staying in one place for 20 years anymore. And I get that. But
okay.
I would love to see I'd like to see, as much as I can't stand to say this, and Virgil, this is gonna hurt me to say this, and Donnie, you will too. I'm jealous of what Arsenal are doing in terms of at least building stability and sticking with the manager and seeing that can work.
Oh man.
I know. Well, I'm just saying, the chop and change of manager at Chelsea worked under Abramovich. It's not working under the new ownership, right? Like, it's almost like we're accepting a lower standard at this point, which as a sports fan, you hate to see that for any team that you like. I mean, even building a dynasty, like it or hate it, like what Saban did at Alabama or what Dabo's done at Clemson. Just to know that you've got a coach that is going to be there.
Right.
Yeah, still you have to meet an expectation, but to know that you can build something and there's a little continuity there. When you're chopping and changing every 12 to 14 months, you can't build anything, because someone might come in with a different philosophy, and you're back to square one. And then you wonder, well, the guys that we signed, are they going to work for this new manager, or did we just spend 50 or 60 million on a player that now no longer fits the system?
Right.
How do you feel about the new appointed, or I don't know if they haven't announced it yet, but it's pretty much a done deal?
Talking about Liam Rowe Sr.?
Yes.
I mean, he wouldn't be my pick, but I mean, let's face it. Like, if you're offered essentially a promotion, because for those that don't know, he's the manager of Strasbourg in France, who is owned by Blueco, who also owns Chelsea. So it's very easy for them to kind of bring another manager over. But I feel bad for Strasbourg, because I feel like they're being disrespected, and they're a great club that doesn't deserve that. But if I'm Liam Rowe Sr. and you get a chance in the Premier League, and it's another Brighton connection there, Virgil, because he played for Brighton.
Right.
I don't blame him for taking it. I mean, I think he's a good young manager. I just don't think he's experienced enough to take on this type of job. And I don't, quite frankly, and I told you this, Virgil, and Donnie, you probably heard me say it. I don't wish this poison chalice on anybody right now. I mean, it always amazes me that some people still want to take it. And it's only because of the name of the club. It's not because it's a great job. Because objectively, I think it's a terrible job at the moment.
I would definitely say it's not a safe job, I would say.
It's not. And for someone who's a well-respected manager, I quite frankly think it would be beneath them right now to take the job.
Mhm.
And that pains me to say as a supporter, because I love Chelsea and I'm still the club first all day long, and I always will be. But from a human perspective,
Sack them.
well, like for a top manager to come in, I don't think they're going to be interested because of the structure of the club at this moment. And quite frankly, I don't blame them.
Do you think that somebody's going to let them know? We're like, bro, we're not coming to this.
Well, I think they're going to keep doing. I think this ownership they're not Roman Abramovich. They're running the club a different way, and that's their right as owners. But doesn't mean I have to like it. But doesn't mean that they're going to have to change it either. I mean, it's I'm one person, but they're going to go the way of hiring a young manager that's going to grow with the team. I don't think that's going to translate into trophies. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think this philosophy is showing that trophy winning mentality that they say. I think it's an asset that they're hoping it gets a large return on investment. And if they can, sell someone and make a large profit on them, then they'll do that. And then they'll go buy another new young unproven player. The problem is that they haven't had a great success rate yet in turning some of these young players into great profits yet, in my opinion. Like the money that they spent in the summer buying Gittins and Garnacho and some of these other guys, they're not going to get the same money for them that they bought them for. Not if another club is smart. Just my opinion. And I think some of the best players at the club are going to have larger ambitions, and they're going to want to move on to clubs that are in the Champions League year in, year out. Because the way we're going right now, I don't know if Chelsea will be. We might be a Conference League team by the end of it if we're not careful. Because some of these other clubs, I mean, because you got to respect clubs like Palace, and who, by the way, we'll get into their signing, but they've already done a nice piece of business in January. These other clubs are serious. I mean, and Chelsea can't take it for granted just because they're Chelsea. They can beat these teams. I mean, they're not operating like a top of the table team or a top 4 team, in my opinion. So, just trying to be objective.
No, that was objective. I mean, that was as honest. Like that was damn good.
Yeah.
Sorry,
that was all 3 segments of 60 minutes right there.
Well, I need to be quiet and let you guys talk because I could go on all day. So I'm sorry to the 3 of you for taking so long on that.
No, you are providing good information and good insight, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, and I asked you these questions because obviously, and I keep repeating this, Donnie and I were not at the level that the 2 of you are when it comes to the Premier League. So we're learning as you guys are talking. We're learning. We're taking all this in.
And I think in all 3 situations, I think something that's shared is that there's problems with the directors at the club at all 3 clubs. When we're talking Manchester United, Chelsea, and Celtic, and they're not the only ones. I mean, I think as we're seeing more foreign investment,
that's why you're seeing all these are happening at this time because of that.
Yeah. Well, I think the way football clubs are operated is just as a rule, it's changing because of foreign investment. I think these football clubs are being seen as assets and good night, Phil. Hope I didn't bore you too much.
Good night, Phil.
Night, Phil.
Good night, Phil.
But
he's got to have real kids coming in tomorrow. He had his in-service day today. It's like back to the kiddies.
Yeah. But I think as we see more foreign investment and if these people are going to bring it in, they're like, well, we're bringing in all this money that you're going to need to be able to compete. You're going to play by our rules, and we're going to see this as assets.
Okay.
You know, some do it better than others. Like I think that, Stan Kroenke for all his misgivings when he first came in, and it's taken a long time because they've not always been run well. I think they've learned. I think they've learned a little bit to kind of just back off and let the football people do football things.
Mm-hmm.
They've become less of a micromanager and kind of let the football people who know how to run things in English football actually just let them do their job. And Arsenal is reaping the benefits of that right now. Not always great investments. They've underperformed. Probably, I think most Arsenal supporters would tell you that, but they look like they've turned a corner this season. And Manchester City's owners, for all their misgivings, largely kind of let Pep do what Pep needs to do. At Manchester United and Chelsea, I feel like you've got micromanagers that don't let the people do their jobs, or they bring in people who will accept them being micromanagers, at least for a time. And Celtic, I think Celtics just had to rest on their laurels for a lot of years because they've become complacent, and they only need to do just enough to win the title. They just need to do a little bit more than the other guys. Rangers have been in turmoil for probably 15 years at this point, off and on. Scottish clubs have not been able to compete financially with Celtic, and Celtic is just kind of like they almost taken for granted that they can win the title year in, year out.
Yeah, Celtics situation is they got punched in the face and they don't know how to react right now.
Yeah, and
Is that good
and their longtime director Peter Lawwell is going to be leaving the club because of it. He's finally the public pressure finally got to him.
Mm-hmm.
So
is that good for Scottish football? That Celtic got punched.
Parity is good for Scottish football. Because it's, you need Celtic and Rangers to be doing well, I think, but at the same time, I don't think it hurts to have,
But why do you need them to be good? Why? Because I've heard this in so many leagues. Like, oh, you need these big clubs to do good in order for this league to do good. I'm not a fan of that. I get it. I understand.
I'm talking from an economic perspective,
okay,
more so than the will of the fans. But like, you still want to get like your commercial deals and everything for the league. So in order to do that, you need Celtic and Rangers to at least be known brands around the world. I think on the pitch, I think it's good for Scottish football to have Hearts doing well, to have Hibernian and Hearts and
Crocodile Dundee,
some of the or the Dundanis or whatever they are, to be doing well, or Virgil's beloved Falkirk to be doing well.
Patrick,
yes, sir.
It's time for me to discuss my favorite thing about soccer, since Ed brought it up.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
Ed, you brought up why you want your big teams to do good.
Yeah.
2 words: country coefficients.
Okay.
Country coefficients. What I mean by that is there are certain rankings that countries have on how good their domestic league does in European competition. So it's based off wins, losses, draws, number of goals, all that. The more your team does well, you will kind of get more slots, more chance into European football, which is going to give you more chances for more money.
Okay.
And a lot of that kind of goes back into the league also, as long as the team. So yeah, you want to have, there's some teams you do want to have doing better because it boosts up your country in that coefficient. So you can have more, you have more clubs in Europe, which is just going to give you more money. Because right now Scotland is 18th in that. So other teams that are above them, like Austria, Switzerland, Cyprus, these are teams that have had better European performances than Scotland has. With Celtic and usually against the Celtic and Rangers, you may have a Dundee United or an Aberdeen thrown there once in a while in the Conference League, but usually Scottish teams underperform. So yeah, you want to have the investment to have your teams do better, so you can be more kind of have a raised view in those levels, so you can get more money out of that.
Okay.
So that's why you want those big teams to actually do well, because they're capable of doing that. While Hearts is a fantastic story on the Scottish level that I'm going to enjoy domestically, I don't know how that's going to translate internationally.
Okay.
And whether we like it or not, it's a game of money.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, just like any sports league is, right? I mean, what does Rob Manfred mandate? Is to get as many eyes on the product as possible and make MLB a lot of money. What's Roger Goodell's job? What's Adam Silver's job? What's Gary Bettman's job?
Mhm.
I mean, it's to get the eyes on the product.
And I listen, I get it. I understand it. I'm just saying, like, it's
not a romantic view.
no,
No.
not at all. This is a very
Yeah.
economically sound view. I get that part. I understand. It's just that, like, I get it, but like the way I'm looking at it, and again, I could be looking at it from the fans' point of view, right? Like, do you want the other teams to be elevated as well? If you want to move up from 18, don't just have the top 2 teams always be good and then the rest just fight for the scraps. You want more teams to be better, so you want to elevate those teams with you.
Well, and I would also say, though, it's not even just that. The reason that Celtic and Rangers are as big as they are is because they're in big cities, with a
Okay.
history of support.
Okay.
Like let's face it, like a Falkirk is not going to have the support base that, like, unless you have like a Ryan Reynolds come in and buy Falkirk and get a whole country, behind them, like you've done with Wrexham.
He's trying with.
Well, I'm saying, but like, unless you have an owner that's got notoriety and knows those types of things that can go in and buy a team like that, that's about the only chance that they have to be relevant. But
I hope somebody does.
And maybe they will. I don't know. I mean, you've got generation after generation of supporters that are, that have been Celtic and Ranger supporters. I mean, that's in a city that's divided by religious lines.
Mhm.
I mean, you've got primarily Catholics that support Celtic and Protestant that support Rangers. Not to say that you can't have some exceptions to that, but that's largely the line. And it's a way of life in Glasgow.
It's such a
Take it
weird.
for someone who did this. You wear the wrong scarf in the wrong side of town, you'll have a beer bottle thrown at your head.
Like, it's such a
And that's a true story that did
such a
happen to me.
fascinating concept, right? This is very
Yeah.
fascinating to
Well,
me.
it's a
because-
religion. It's a religion. I mean, it's an institution.
Right, exactly. That's what I was just going to say. It's like, obviously here, like we also was like, yeah, I'm a diehard Browns fan, but I'm like, I could just be like, tomorrow I'd be like, fuck the Browns, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I'm tired of this.
You did do that. You went to the Panthers.
You kind of done that.
Yeah, you did that with the
True.
Panthers. No, and that's not to
I didn't have a
denigrate-
choice in the matter, to be honest with you.
Well, and I don't mean to denigrate. Like, I mean, it's even for smaller places with smaller clubs or clubs in lower leagues, it's a religion for them too. I mean, life in a lot of those small places, that is the economy for a lot of them. Is
and
the
Wrexham
economy is
showed
based
that.
around. Yeah,
The documentary of Wrexham. This is why
Yeah.
I really appreciated that documentary.
yeah.
It showed that, like, people
Yeah.
like, you could see that town was so dilapidated. I can't
Yeah.
even say the word now, but it was so run down, and all of a sudden the team is doing good. And look at the whole
Yeah.
town now.
Yeah, and you could tell similar stories in Spain. You could tell similar stories in Germany.
Yep.
You could still in England and Scotland. I mean, there's a lot of places that you could tell stories about other clubs because they mean that much because it's usually passed down from. It's no different than when people pass down like a Yankees fandom from generation to generation, or Red Sox or Cubs
Gross.
or something like that, or but you know what I mean, like
No,
those
I know. I'm
iconic-
just messing
those
with Donnie.
iconic, like those iconic like history things. I mean, Donnie probably got his from Don Mattingly, but anyways, that's right.
My story.
Yeah, no. But it's usually passed down from generation to generation. And in Scotland, it's just that in Glasgow, you have a lot of, the success kind of built up that brand because Glasgow is already a big city, but then in the, like in previous decades and in previous century, there's a lot of success behind those two clubs too. A lot of legendary victories, and Celtic and Rangers have had a lot of success in European competitions too. So with some iconic managers like Walter Smith, for example, at Rangers. But yeah, it's not something you can turn off, and it's a different beast
Yeah.
than supporting Chicago Fire or something in
The who?
MLS. It's just Chicago Fire, like, MLS clubs that have a limited history. I mean, they go back to the 1990s. Some of these go back to, the early 1900s into the 1800s.
Yeah. It's
So
yeah, no,
it's just,
I'm with you.
yeah,
I'm with you.
yeah. So it's, yeah, but also, like I said, the ownership and the economics are changing. And like a lot of the English that I know, that it's hard to see like the game that as they've known it their whole lives kind of changing right before their eyes.
Kind of like
Because-
baseball fans, as all these new things have come along, and
Yeah.
all the old school baseball
Yeah.
fans, it's the same
Well,
thing.
yeah.
Nobody wants to. Everybody always wants it to be like they grew up with it.
Yeah.
And it's just
Mm.
not the way of the world in
No.
any level of sports anymore.
Well, you don't want to take away the magic of it. I mean,
Right.
and like in English football, like I said, like, concepts like VAR and some of these other things, while the spirit of it's to try to improve the game, some would argue that it's taken away the magic of it, or the unpredictability of it,
Right.
and all that type stuff. And the more and more you're having to spend on players for transfers and everything
mess.
else. I mean, it's
Sorry, I'm messing with it.
no,
I
it's
kind of
all
like that second one with the orange one. That actually looked kind of nice.
Ooh, did you say
I like that.
orange? Did you say
That one?
orange?
Kind of nice.
Don't
orange one.
do it. No,
Go
that's
Pokes.
for tomorrow night. No,
Go Pokes.
no.
There you go, just for you, buddy.
Haha, go Pokes.
But it's funny you were talking about smaller, like big clubs that are in smaller cities where that's the economy. The first one that came to mind was Hoffenheim. Because Hoffenheim is technically only a population of 3,300 people. And even the next town over has like 37,000 people. They have a top flight Bundesliga team, and their stadium holds like 80%, actually no, 91% of their population. So like that entire economy is pretty much driven on Saturday and Sundays when match day
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
That's
And it-
wild.
Yeah, and sometimes if you get the right mix, right? I mean, those teams that you don't expect to be competing do. I mean, Hoffenheim's a good example. I mean, they're comparably smaller to a lot of the Bundesliga clubs, but I mean, they've made Champions League before on multiple occasions because they had the right manager, they had the right ownership, they had the right player mix that they brought in because they played as a team, right? And I'm always a proponent of that. A team can on the right day can always be a team of big stars because of individual stars.
Yeah.
If it's the right day and the right time, I mean, give me a team that plays like a team over a team of individual players, because to me the collective is always going to work out long term in the end anyway.
Illinois State making this interesting, boys and girls.
They just had offensive linemen score a touchdown on the fumble recovery.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he just fell on it.
Well, listen, I think it's because
I think
Donnie's-
they're gonna go back and say that his elbow was down. This is going to be about 6 inches short on the review.
Well, I think Donnie's going to start to believe.
Right there. Well, I don't know. Maybe that ball was out before. Actually, it may be out before his arm hit the ground.
No, I think that ball was. Can you fumble it forward though? That's the thing, though.
Yeah, they'll probably call that. I don't know, sure about that.
Well,
No, there's
I
a
feel
book
like he
called-
had control of the ball until it hit the field, though, and it was the
The
field.
ball
that-
was loose. The ball was coming out.
I think they're going to bring this.
I don't
one
think
back.
you can advance it, but I think you can recover it where it
He
was.
didn't advance it; it just fumbled forward. So I think
It
that's
fumbled
fine.
forward. I think it's gonna be a touchdown.
Touchdown.
And there's a book called Soccernomics that actually goes a lot into smaller towns with big football teams.
Mhm.
One of the, and I don't know if this is true anymore because this book is it's a little on the older side. See, I already knew. One of my favorite things from that book is talking about how the capital cities, while tend to be the biggest cities, don't have the most successful football teams.
They don't have to be.
But I mean, it's just kind of it's just kind of the reason they explain the reason why behind it, and I think that's just kind
Interesting.
of funny.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a good book.
Okay.
And yeah, Ed, I think you and Donnie would enjoy it.
I'll take a look at it. Absolutely.
I get the sense that Donnie's a reader too with those glasses.
I'm a listener more than a reader.
I'm more of I'm with Donnie on
More of
that
an
one.
audio-
I'm more of an audiobook.
I actually, you know what? I just want to schedule time for Patrick to read it to me. How about that?
Are you
Donnie,
paying?
I would read it just for you. Soccernomics by Simon Cooper and Stefan.
No, don't
I'll
do
just
that.
lay
Oh,
back and I just let it just soak in that sultry voice as he reads the
There-
words
there
off
you
the
go.
pages.
There you go. Or how about this? With a foreword by Virgil the Goat. Virgil the Goat Brooks.
Let's see. Is it on Audible?
I'd be
I don't-
shocked if it wasn't.
I don't know. That's a good question.
It is.
Yeah, man. How old is this book now? I forget.
I want to say I want to say late 2000s, maybe.
Probably. Well, especially
2010.
especially if Billy Bean is
Billy
doing
Bean,
the like.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Billy Bean was on there.
Well, Billy Bean gave like a testimonial of the book. It says, as an avid fan of the game and a firm believer in the power that such objective analysis can bring to sports, I was captivated by this book. Soccernomics is an absolute must read.
Well, I got it on my list now.
But it's funny you say that because like when we think about Moneyball and Billy Bean, and then I start thinking about like the way analytics have come into football
Yeah.
now, we're starting to see that with these. It's the new age of like anything now, but it's also what these private equity firms, that's what they look for. They look for, it's not the eye test, right? It's just we think this guy produces, so many.
I can say this for
like his XG outperforms this person's XG. So
and
that's
the
what- that's what we're doing.
analytics. We'll call it analytonomics.
Analytonomics.
I'll say this as someone who's a fan of a team who tried this. It's not always successful.
Oh, you're talking about Mr. Paul De Podesta,
Yeah.
who's a disciple of Billy Bean?
Of Billy Bean, who tried to bring that to the Cleveland
Yeah.
Browns, and look how
Guess
that
who-
turned out.
Guess who else tried that? The Toronto Blue Jays when they hired JP Ricciardi from Oakland when that happened. And
Yeah.
while my favorite logo was while JP Ricciardi was the Toronto GM, that was not exactly a period of sustained success.
Was that with the black and the blue?
No, that was the maple, like the with the Blue Jay and the maple leaf.
The one he had the hat on for the other night.
See, I like that logo a lot. No, the one with the
Yeah. I
with
don't know
the
why
maple
Donnie
leaf on
hates
top
it
of
so
the head.
much. I don't know why Donnie hates it so much, but that's my favorite logo.
No, I don't hate it.
You don't?
No. I love the Blue Jays logos. I've loved all the Blue Jays logos.
Oh, it's Virgil that hates them. That's right. I forgot. I
I've
forgot.
never said anything.
Virgil's face was hilarious. He was like, "Wait, hold on, what? Why are you
Wait,
dragging
what?
me into
The
this?"
Blue Jays have never crossed my mind at least once, Patrick.
And you can't say me because the Blue Jays are the Guardians of the
Guardians.
North.
They are the Guardians. Listen, I feel like when we say we the North, that's the Guardians and the Blue Jays. Like,
No,
all
that
get back
only
together.
leaves,
We
that
the
only
North.
leaves one possible person who said they didn't like that logo, and it's the most obvious one.
Because
The
he
one
hates
who doesn't
everything.
like anything.
I was just about to say the one who hates everything, but all of a sudden he hates everything, but yet he's all of a sudden watching FCS and talking wrestling.
Well, he went quiet, so he's probably asleep now.
Yeah, he probably went to sleep.
Wait a second, Ed, who's in that corner of your couch?
I don't have a couch behind me.
No, I said, but who's in that corner of your couch? Did Eric make his way to?
Oh, he made
North
it to my
Carolina
court,
and-
to my couch. Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. Because as soon dude, I actually just took a power nap before
Yeah.
the show,
Or-
so just so you guys know.
Or Donnie, who's in the front seat of your Wagoneer?
Yeah.
Love Eric, but man, that man can fall asleep anywhere.
He sure can. Of course, I
So,
can too. What am I talking about?
So let's just go over some of the scores. So I'm gonna go down lightning round on this for the scores over the week. We're gonna start with Tuesday. Newcastle beats Burnley at Burnley 3-1. Chelsea and Bournemouth tied 2-2. Any thoughts on that game?
I mean,
No.
leave it. Yeah, no, leave it to Chelsea to not even be able to beat a team who can't buy a win right now. So
Mhm.
it was par for the course with the way things have been going.
Everton beats Nottingham Forest 2-0 at Nottingham. West Ham and Brighton tied 2-2. Game I was looking forward to that ended up being a completely disappointing game. Arsenal beats Aston Villa 4-1. Aston Villa just ran out of steam, pretty much. Because that was pretty good game in the first half, and then second half it just kind of flooded open from there. And then the one that I definitely enjoyed because I watched all this and they even had a chance to win this, Manchester United and Wolves tied 1-1. Wolves gets a point.
Wait, Manchester United play Wolves or Leeds?
Wolves. I'm on Tuesday.
He's on
the 30th.
Tuesday.
Oh. I'm like, hold on a second.
Yeah, so on Tuesday. This is Tuesday. Now we're going to hop on to Thursday for the New Year's Day games. Fulham beats Crystal Palace 1-1.
Beats?
Beats
Hi.
because of the way beats. If you saw the game, they should not have they probably should not have tied that game.
I got
Crystal,
you. Okay.
Crystal Palace let that one slip away. So
Yeah. Like we've been letting the last month slip away.
yeah. We'll go a little further into that.
Well, they made a good signing, like Patrick mentioned earlier. We'll circle back to that.
Yeah, we'll
Let's
circle
get
back
through
to
the
that one.
scores. Yeah.
Liverpool and Leeds tied 0-0. Brentford and Tottenham tied 0-0.
I'll take that. I'll take it.
Things are going great in Tottenham right now.
Yeah.
I'll take a 0 scoring tie right now.
What I love is that their manager is really enjoying himself right now. He said it himself.
Listen, Brentford is 8-3-8. Like, I'll take it. I'll take it because Tottenham is 7-5-7. So I mean, come on.
You're down with us.
And
I mean,
Sunderland-
both teams got excellent 90 minutes of cardio. So
Yes.
Right.
And Sunderland and Man City tied 0-0. Saturday slate. This is Saturday the 3rd of January. Aston Villa beats Nottingham Forest 3-1. Brighton beats Burnley 2-0. Wolves have their first win.
Look at that.
3-0 against West Ham. And man,
How is Nuno still in a job?
I don't know, but I bet you the alarm bells are going off in West Ham right now. And then Bournemouth loses the Arsenal 2-3. Pretty good matchup. Didn't really think Bournemouth had a chance in that, but they made it.
Oh my God.
God, I am so far behind.
dang, he juked both those dudes.
He did.
Jesus.
See what happens here.
Oh my God.
By the way, can I tell you how much I love the fact that Montana State's QB's first name is Taco?
That was a great name. Great name for a football player.
And I love all the taco hats.
That was a great juke right there.
Yeah.
Is it Taco Lamson? Is that what it is?
Man, that's a
No,
good
it's
name.
Taco
you said-
Dowler. Sorry,
Taco
Taco
Dowler,
Dowler.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Did you see it finally?
Yeah, it just appeared. That was
Ooh, that was nasty. Wait, was that Tozawa out there, Virgil? Ooh, Taco. That's nasty.
my dear Lord. That maybe play the. I mean, if they hold on to this, that maybe play the game.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
That was almost like a shake. That was almost like a shake and bake.
Shake and
Really
bake,
was.
baby.
Going into yesterday's slate, Leeds and Man United tied 1-1. Brentford beat Everton at Everton 4-2, so good win for them.
Yep.
Newcastle.
Yep.
I might try it again. Newcastle beat Crystal Palace 2-0. I mean, Newcastle, and it's Newcastle at home. It's not really an easy fixture.
True.
It's not. They're a different.
Fucking hell.
They're a different team at home than they are than they are away.
Tottenham was in 11th place on the
Right.
table, now and then 13th.
Okay, guys, just honest moment here. Obviously, I saw the North Dakota State logo. You want to know the first thing I saw when I first looked at it?
What?
I thought I saw the Pierre Trappers logo from the old Expedition
Ooh.
League.
Wow.
North Dakota State or Montana State?
Who did I
No,
just
because they were
mention?
showing some highlights of North Dakota
Oh, they
State.
were?
No, I'm sorry. No, sorry. Montana State. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, Montana State. Like, I know it's a Bobcat, and I fully understand that. But the first thing I could think of was the Pierre Trappers,
I can totally understand that.
because I was looking at. I was like, "Is that a man wearing a pelt?" It's like, no, that's just a Bobcat logo, Patrick. Just
Is that a man wearing a belt? We need that quote right there. Is that a man
don't
wearing
worry.
a
I'm
belt?
sure someone I know will clip it up.
Hey, can we talk about the fact that like Crystal Palace has been on an absolute tear all the way down to the bottom?
Can a
Well,
Can a Tottenham supporter talk about that?
let me get these last 3 games out. Then we're going to talk about the table because there's some opinions I want to throw out for you guys.
Okay, all right.
But
all right,
it's still
all right.
not that far away. Go ahead.
No one is.
No one is. No. Tottenham and Sunderland tie 1-1. Fulham and Liverpool tie 2-2. I sent it to you guys, but Harrison Reed's goal, oh my God, is probably going to be, that's probably goal of the season.
Yeah.
To have a defenseman do that. Like,
Yeah. And also, you could argue Fulham should have all 3 points.
they had a chance to get all 3 points. I think they should have, but Gakpo had to do Gakpo things.
Well, do I have the wrong game? Is this the game where Florian Wirtz got the goal, but he was offside?
I don't remember that.
And I want to say that was this weekend's game. Florian Wirtz got a goal, but then he was, they've got that, was it the 5mm rule or whatever it is that they've, like that the allowance of the foot being just a little bit offside.
Jesus Christ, by that much.
I don't know what it was. They've got some grace distance that they allow for. And I don't know. I'll never understand the VAR, how they employ it, but I felt like Liverpool was very fortunate to keep their goal. That's just me.
Yeah, that was the VAR goal for Wirtz.
Yeah.
And then the last game I want to talk about now, before this was Manchester City and Chelsea finishing 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
We all know, I consider myself a big soccer fan. If there are certain games I like to show people, like to try to convince them that soccer is fun and all that. If I was going to convince somebody not to watch soccer, I would show them this game.
Man City and Chelsea.
Man City and Chelsea have to be one of the most boring, uninspired games I have ever seen.
Until the finish.
Until the finish was great, but I mean,
no, you're right. You're right.
it was probably one of the worst games I've seen, probably in the past like 2 or 3 years. Like I've seen no real draws that were more exciting than this.
I mean, there was Chelsea showed like zero ambition until about. I mean, they clearly set up to defend and invite pressure, and I'm like, what's one thing you shouldn't do against Man City? Invite pressure.
Invite pressure.
You're better off playing football against them because if you invite them to keep pressure when you're not a particularly good defensive team, they're going to score. And Reinder's goal should have never been scored. They were unlucky not to score before that off of Holland with the when Holland hit the post. Because Holland I thought played really well despite not scoring.
Yes.
But yeah, it was.
And see, it's funny that you said that Reinders shouldn't have scored because I guarantee you that people think that Fernandez definitely should not have scored.
No, I actually thank Donnarumma for not holding on to that rebound. And I'm like, that's about the worst. I mean, it's a great goal for Chelsea because it's a big goal for them to not lose that game, but that was a gift. Like that should have never happened. Like the fact that Gusto got around the player to even get that ball in. That was Man City shutting off.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the final plays of the game anyway. I'll take it though.
I mean,
listen, beggars can't be choosers. Okay. I fully understand that we were second best, but actually, no.
I don't think you guys were.
I'd say that we took the second half.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
No, I was just going to say probably on the grand scheme of the 90 minutes, it's probably a fair result. But that's not to say Chelsea was good, because they were not.
Yeah, that game had to be a draw. Like no one should have won that.
I think the term that people use is a dour draw.
Yeah, dour draw.
Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about the table for a minute. So I'm going to run down first through 20. So first we have Arsenal, then Man City, Aston Villa, Liverpool. Oh, let me pull up. I'm going to get the right data I need here. There we go. Liverpool, Chelsea at 5, Man United, Brentford, Sunderland, Newcastle, Brighton, Fulham, Everton, Tottenham, Crystal Palace at 14th, Bournemouth at 15th, Leeds, Nottingham, and then your 3 relegation teams, the relegation spots: West Ham, Burnley, and Wolves. So,
that really hasn't changed much this
there
whole
hasn't
time.
really been much change. I mean, we've had a lot of games over the past few days, so there hasn't been a lot of changing around.
Yeah.
But when you look at form, there are 3 teams that really stick out that have had 4 losses in the last 5 games. You have West Ham,
Mm-hmm.
you have Nottingham, and you have Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
And, these are kind of one of the things. You're always going to have a dip. You're always going to have dips in forms. It's just a matter of how you're going to, pick up. That's why it's called form, because it's constantly changing.
Yeah.
There's only one team right now that's, won the last 5 of their games, and that's Arsenal. There are a few unbeaten streaks going. Sunderland's had 4 draws and 1 win. Fulham's had 3 wins and 2 draws. So, things do change. But, Crystal Palace is such a unique case to me, because I feel like they're playing teams. They're almost playing down to teams now.
Yeah. That's what it feels like.
And I thought the Fulham game, with the Fulham game, I was totally expecting probably like a 2-0, 3-0 win from Crystal Palace, because Fulham usually kind of struggles in that area. But even then, they just kind of looked uninspired.
Can I say something? Because I think it'll give credit to Patrick on this one. Patrick, you said this before, is Crystal Palace does not have the amount of players to be able to compete with Champions League and with the schedule that it's a very rigorous schedule. So I think this right now it's showing Crystal Palace unable to keep up with the rigors of the schedule that it's going on right now. Am I wrong on this one, or
No.
am I off?
No, I think you're spot on with that. I think the problem is twofold for Palace. It's like what you said. I think it's that they don't have the depth to compete on all fronts.
Okay.
They kind of have to prioritize what competition they want to go after. But I also think that now that we're in January, you have people, despite, and I'll let Donnie talk about the signing, but there's other clubs that are after their good players.
Yeah.
Like Mark Gahey is probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he left this month. If they get a great offer, like I think Man City is even trying to sign Mark Gahey. So then that would be horrible for Crystal Palace, because that's one of their leaders. If they can't sign Mateta to a new deal, I think Mateta is, there's gonna be offers for him, because he's good enough to get those.
Yeah.
So for their star players, which is why I'm glad that they brought in a signing that they did, because if they have to lose someone, at least they got a good player back that can do something. But it's tough. It's tough for teams like Palace, because they have to continually find new diamonds in the rough and bring in young players that have to be able to meet the demands of the Premier League and everything else. It's tough when you're like one of those, when you're not that perceived top 16,
Okay.
because when you develop someone of value, your Man Cities, Liverpools, Arsenals, Chelseas, Man Uniteds, Tottenham's are going to come, or if they're really good, your Barcelonas and your Real Madrids are going to come calling for him, or your Bayern Munich's.
Yeah.
Like Michael Olise is a great example. He's world class, and he's proving it at Bayern Munich. It's just good for Donnie that he went from one club Donnie supports to the other club Donnie supports. So
It's great.
Donnie gets to keep him in the Donnie Wise family of clubs. But is that just coincidence, or is it Donnie bankrolling both clubs? I don't know.
I don't know.
Michael Olise, I heard he knows a guy.
Well, we'll have to check and see if anybody goes to Atletico Madrid or Clemson next. Then we'll know.
Oh, I would not be surprised. Can you imagine can you imagine Dabo at Atletico Madrid?
I mean, I put
Hey,
him
y'all.
more.
Can we not?
Talk about a Ted Lasso situation.
Yeah, that's
Hey
just bad.
y'all, hey y'all, buenos dias. Okay. Hey, my name is Dabo. Buenos dias.
Like, bro, it's wrong language.
I am Atletico.
I don't know. I think Dabo's more for Crystal Palace, dude.
I could see Dabo at Crystal Palace. Can you imagine Dabo and Oliver Glasner in the same press conference?
Stay tuned next week as we put college coaches and what
Hey.
Premier League team they would be a part of.
Hey y'all,
Well,
Oliver
have you
Glasner is my
seen-
new offensive coordinator.
I think I sent it to you, Donnie. It was on TikTok. Like the guy who said, like, if you follow this NFL team, this is your Premier League.
Yeah,
He actually did pretty good. It was actually kind
that
of
was
funny.
interesting. Yeah,
Ted Lasso actually did that, and not for every team, but like before the show was ever done, and they did those little interstitials. Ted Lasso did that with a few of the teams.
Good,
Like-
yeah.
Like he did it with the Premier League teams at the time. And he's like Dallas Cowboys,
Yep.
So yeah, that was a. If you guys haven't seen that clip, I'll send it to you. It's pretty
Please
funny.
do.
It's
But
pretty funny.
so my other question to you guys is, okay, Crystal Palace, we know like it's a lack of players, and I understand that. So what the hell is wrong with Tottenham then? Because my God,
Do you guys remember where you finished last year in the table?
Yeah.
That never really got fixed. And I'm not even trying to be funny, like I'm serious.
no, I
no,
know
it's
you're not
Yeah.
And some of the signings that you have made just have not
panned
paid
out.
dividends yet. Like to me, and sometimes it just takes time. But the problem is that in the Premier League, you don't get time.
Mm.
So, like, I think Xavi Simmons, on paper was a great signing, but he hasn't he's been so far a classic Bundesliga signing to the Premier League. I mean, let's face it, if you're not Erling Haaland, very few players from the Bundesliga have translated well to the Premier
To
League.
the Premier League.
And Virgil, you maybe can name a few that are slipping my mind. Well, like I'm thinking of Timo Werner, I'm thinking of Christopher Nkunku.
Where would you put Pulisic on that?
You what?
Where would you put Pulisic on that?
I'd say it was a relative success.
Definitely more
certainly
success than others.
not a barnstormer. Yeah, I mean, he certainly did more than Werner did.
Yeah, definitely.
Isn't he in Serie A right now?
He is, but he was at Chelsea.
I remember where he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware of that.
Now, if we're talking COVID Pulisic, that was prime Pulisic at Chelsea.
It's not the one I was talking about. I'm trying to think of other ones. That's going to bother me.
Well, I mean, but you know a lot more about Bundesliga than I do. I was trying to think if there was someone from Dortmund that translated well to the Premier League, and I'm struggling. Other than Holland, I'm struggling. There's not a lot of players that have been at Bayern that go to the Premier League. Usually someone leaving England going to Bayern.
I almost had Sancho, but I don't know.
Sancho Panza?
Jadon Sancho?
Jadon Sancho, maybe? I don't know.
I'd say no. I mean, he had a little bit like he was a disaster at Manchester United.
Yeah.
I
mean,
he was okay at Chelsea. I mean, he wasn't a barn burner, but he was okay. And he hasn't really done a whole lot at Villa. He's not a first choice player at Villa.
Ikatike is not really. It's not there yet, in my opinion.
But to be determined.
That's
Florian,
that's TBD.
yeah, Florian Wirtz, as much as I would love to say he's already a bust, is TBD. Frimpong is TBD. Yeah, I don't know.
Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne. He came from Wolfsburg.
Come on, he came from Chelsea.
He came from Wolfsburg, as far as I'm concerned.
You mean his 1 year at Wolfsburg is what you're gonna put that on?
Wait,
you
De Bruyne, then
you
wasn't
said he
he
came
in-
from the Bundesliga, so yeah.
Wasn't
No,
he
you're
at
absolutely
City?
right. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna give you that one. That's a good call. That's
Thank
a
you.
good call.
Wasn't he at City?
Who?
Kevin De Bruyne?
Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, but you know who brought him. You know who made him famous was Chelsea. He actually was at Chelsea. He came from Genk actually. In is that
Belgium.
Belgium? Is that Belgium? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he came from Genk because at one point Chelsea had De Bruyne, they had Lukaku the first time, and then they had Eden Hazard. So they had all three, and actually De Bruyne started under when Jose Mourinho was at Chelsea for his second stint. He actually started the very first game of the season. It kind of went. But also, do you know Mohamed Salah?
Yes.
He was at Chelsea too.
Well,
so
that's blasphemy for a lot of Salah fans. You better chill out.
You what?
That's blasphemy.
What? That he used to be at
He was
Chelsea?
at Chelsea?
Yeah.
But he was.
He was. He came from SC Basel to Chelsea, and then he went
You mean Basil?
Then he went to. Did he go to Fiorentina first and then to Roma, or was it the other way around?
Oh, that's a good question. I do not remember.
He went to because he was at Fiorentina for like a short time, wasn't he?
Donnie, you're awake?
Or was it just Roma?
Are you sure?
I'm hanging in there.
Donnie, I'm asking you.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Mohamed Salah.
It was Fiorentina, then Roma.
Yeah. Okay. So then he went to Liverpool from Roma. So
yeah.
Yeah. So Chelsea is famous for having like players. It's like just before they really turned into a superstar. Chelsea
and then just get rid of them.
Well, it's just at the time Chelsea had such amazing players that they had two world-class players at every position, and they weren't patient enough to let these guys develop. So it's kind of like the exact opposite of what we have now. Now we won't sign an experienced player to save our lives, where it used to be we had all this experience we could count on, even if we weren't all that good. We had guys that knew how to win. And that's why we won all those trophies. It papered over the cracks about how chaotic things were at the club. So,
see, like I'm trying to think of. I thought about another player, but technically there's a break between his Bundesliga club and probably his better known Premier League club.
Oh my God!
You're not talking about Granit Xhaka, are you?
Not talking about Dimitar Berbatov.
Oh,
wait a second. Are you saying Dimitar Berbatov?
Yes, that one.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. When
I exactly know what you're talking
about. Dimitar Berbatov.
Did you see that, Donnie?
I did.
See, God, why am I so far behind? This is annoying.
Fast forward.
I'm live.
Donnie, are you believing yet?
Oh, that's amazing.
That's a great catch.
That's a great catch.
Donnie, are you believing yet?
Bo leaving?
Bo leaving, yes.
He's leaving in a minute if you keep saying that.
I know.
No.
That's something that's Malkowitz, yeah. So
yeah, well, I'm glad Virgil at least knows what I mean when I say believe.
Exactly.
Well, most of the things you say on here, Virgil's the only one that knows what you're saying.
Touche.
Virgil gets me.
I want to hop on to championship for a minute. Because
we're cogs in like we're like the two little things that are just like floating around, like just seeing y'all's interactions go to each other.
Listen, this is Virgil's world. We just live in it.
So I do want to talk about championship for a minute because
why?
Do you guys know who was a point out of the promotion playoff games?
No.
That is Wrexham.
Shut the
yes,
front
they are.
door.
Yes,
Next
they
They just
are.
they just got hero Paul Mullen back.
They
Yeah.
did get him back.
Oh, did they
Wrexham?
recall him from his loan at Wigan? I didn't even
No,
know that.
They
they-
didn't
they-
recall him. His
No.
loan ended short.
Yeah,
don't-
they voided his the rest of his contract, his loan, and they
His
sent them
loan.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wigan sent him back.
Yeah, they sent them back.
Guess he wasn't playing enough at Wigan, huh?
I
He
saw
wasn't
that. I was
Wigan.
like, I was about to send it to you guys, and I totally just like
Super Paul. Is he
Super-
going to turn back into Super Paul Mullen?
Super Paul Mullen, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
At his
I was,
age, I highly doubt it.
But they're a good. Wrexham's a good example of sticking with your manager because Phil Parkinson, there's been a few times throughout his time at Wrexham that people have called for him to be sacked, and they've stuck with him. And look, he knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, no, he does. He's got nothing. Good for them, man. That's amazing.
Yeah. Are you talking about former Bolton manager Phil Parkinson?
was he Bolton?
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
He was at Bolton. He was at Bradford City. He used to be at Sunderland as well, I believe.
see, I vaguely remember that. So no, Wrexham is sitting ninth right now, tied with Stoke City at 40. They've won the last 4 out of their 5.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
you said Wrexham's tied with Stoke City?
Yes,
Can we talk about the job Mark Robbins has done at Stoke?
Stoke's definitely one of the. I'm going to say a big surprise. I mean, they're a lot better than where they are, but I mean, Stoke last year was 18th in the table and they're at 9th, so that's definitely a nice.
Mark
jump.
Robbins, and I know they've tailed off a little bit, but Mark Robbins has done an amazing job at Stoke because he's the first manager that's gotten a tune out of that side in probably 10 years since Tony Pulis left.
Yeah. Right now, the team that I'm still interested in see where Preston ends up. I feel like Preston is going to be because they're only 3 spots away from the automatic qualifier from Middlesbrough. Now Ipswich is a game in hand, so they can jump them later. Preston, I feel like, it's probably got the best chance to win. I know we're still a little ways to go, but if they're going to be in those top 4, I like them for promotion a lot.
Yeah. And man, the job that Frank Lampard has done at Coventry. Wow.
Man, look at Wrexham.
Yeah, his lead's slipping a little bit though.
It is.
It was comfortable. It's only 6 points now.
Yeah. I mean, well, during this busy holiday period, they've definitely hit a rough patch.
Yeah.
Was it Birmingham City that came up with Wrexham?
Yes.
Okay.
And Birmingham just signed the Philadelphia Union right back, I want to say, who's a pretty good player, and he was one of the better defenders in MLS, and now he's joining Birmingham City, so that's a good signing for them. You know who's been a really good run of form has been Watford.
Yeah, Watford's been unbeaten in their last 5.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Watford
even further than that.
Yeah, Watford's been, and I'm trying to remember I can't ever keep up with who the manager is at Watford because, the Pazzo family changes them out. Oh, it's Javi Gracia.
It's Garcia.
It's Javi Gracia for about the 1400th time. That man's had more chances than Dabo.
I mean, really.
Goodness me. Javi Gracia. Has he been there like 3 times in the last 3 years?
I feel like he has.
I'm not even trying to exaggerate when I say that. I'm actually looking it up. Let's see.
I love how the Sheffield United crest looks like a samurai crest.
Well, they're called the Blades.
Yeah, I'm just saying
Yeah.
it. I like it.
Well, apparently it's only one other time, Virgil, but it felt like it was longer. He was there 2018, 2019, and now he's back there. He's back now. So good for Javi Gracia.
Millwall is 5th. If
Virgil, what are you going to do about this? You're the GOAT.
Millwall makes
Make
Premier
them have a
League,
bad run of form, please.
They need it. I do not want to see Millwall in the Premier League,
Donnie doesn't want to see Millwall in the Premier League.
or at least if Millwall makes it, that West Ham goes down.
Listen,
We are not ready for.
I'm gonna make Ed not be a Millwall fan. Ed, Millwall are the Baltimore Ravens of the English Championship. Okay?
Nope, not doing that.
I thought that'd be more the MK Dons, but that's just.
You what?
I thought that'd be more the MK Dons.
Okay, if you want to be more appropriate, then sure.
Sorry.
But if you want to be more appropriate, then sure. But and if you want to be more historically correct, then sure. But yeah, that actually is an excellent comparison. Now that you say it, so does that mean that Ed's a Wimbledon supporter?
He's not.
Yeah, that's what
FC Wimbledon.
Nope, he's not.
If you understood FC Wimbledon,
if you understood,
you probably
the
would
history
actually side
of
with them.
Wimbledon versus MK Dons, you would understand why we're making that comparison.
FC Wimbledon.
AFC Wimbledon.
AFC Wimbledon.
Yeah. Do you remember how Modell took Cleveland to Baltimore in the dead of night?
Yes.
Well, the former Wimbledon, the first iteration of AFC Wimbledon, basically did the same thing and moved to Milton Keynes. And they renamed themselves. They took all the history that AFC Wimbledon had, all the championships, all the notoriety they had, because that was a club with a lot of history. And they basically just blew it up and they said, we're going to be Milton Keynes Dons, also known as MK Dons, for money, essentially. And then what had to happen with the pyramid, English pyramid, the AFC Wimbledon had to reform a new club. They had to start in the National League. Sorry, they had to start in non-league football and work their way up to where they are now. And they have a club that's not only on par with MK Dons, they've been above MK Dons in the table, but they had to do it building from scratch.
Golly.
Yeah, to give you an
Am
idea.
I right on that, Virgil? Isn't that essentially what they had to do?
AFC Wimbledon right now is in League One. MK Dons is in League Two.
Oh,
has MK Dons fallen to League Two now?
They have fallen to League Two.
Do you remember when Carl Robinson was there and then they were in the championship?
I do remember championship MK Dons.
I'll say this: they got a nice little crest.
That's probably the only good.
I have a good friend of mine that
AFC
Wimbledon.
Oh, yeah, Wimbledon's crest I love.
Yeah, I have a good friend of mine that he lives in the States now, but he used to live when he was in England. He lived around Wimbledon. He's a Chelsea supporter, but his home club is really AFC Wimbledon, and so obviously he knows all about how the people felt. But you want to talk about a nasty rivalry, MK Dons and AFC Wimbledon.
Man, that's a nice little. I really like that crest.
We may have gotten AFC Wimbledon a new supporter there, Virgil.
I mean, wouldn't be a bad team to follow.
No, it wouldn't. They're a fun team.
Whether they make it back to the Premier League, I doubt that. I think they would probably.
I don't think the financing's there for them to do that. I think they could make it to the championship.
Yeah,
I could see them pulling like what Wrexham did and make it to the championship.
I can see that,
but I don't see them having the investment necessary.
I could become a supporter of this team. I like this.
Patrick.
I'm trying to think. Yes, sir.
Patrick.
Yes, sir.
Do you know who is second currently in League One?
I do not.
Lincoln City FC.
Former non-league Lincoln City?
Former non-league.
Ooh. Good for Lincoln. I remember when they made their Cinderella run in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
A few years back. Is that the Imps?
That's the Imps. With a very unforgettable logo once you see it. I'm going to pull it up for Ed so he can see this one.
Yeah. I was trying to think of which championship team Donnie would follow. Poor Donnie. He just has me insert him in conversations.
Which championship team? What do you mean?
Yeah. Second, like below the Premier League. Because I've got to add yet another.
Yeah, he follows Wrexham.
Follow Wrexham.
Oh. That is
Wait, is that looks like, you know what that reminds me of? It reminds you of a poorly drawn St. Louis University logo.
Is that a satyr?
It's an imp. They are known
It's
as
like
the
a
red
red
imp.
version of that mascot you showed earlier that was yellow.
Kingsley?
No, that's not Red Kingsley.
What is this
Nah,
thing?
it's an imp. It's an imp.
What's an imp?
It's an imp.
Just below a pimp.
Yeah. That's this club was founded 142 years ago,
Yep.
Yeah.
and they've still kept that same logo.
You gotta keep the classics.
Yeah. Probably means a lot to them.
No, go for it, baby. Do you?
I mean, sure, it's not the Browns dog pound logo, but still, you know.
I hate that thing. Come on now. You know I hate that atrocity.
I know you do. I know you do.
We may be seeing it again soon.
Uh-oh.
What?
We'll see.
Oh God.
Oh, that's
I
right.
forgot. I forgot.
That's
I
right.
forgot.
We're in 2026, gentlemen. Happy
Yeah, I
New Year.
forgot. We're about to be in March soon.
Our second show of the new year.
So that is it for soccer talk I have.
Yeah. And apologies to our chat and to you guys for dominating so much of the conversation tonight. I did not really intend that, but I appreciate you.
That's a
being
lie.
patient with me.
Actually, that is not it for soccer talk because I still have to talk about
After
African
Cup of Nations.
real quick. Mostly because they're in the quarterfinals right now. They're in the round of 16, and we've already had a really big upset, in my opinion. Patrick, you probably would understand this one more as an upset. Mali beat Tunisia in penalties, with Mali having 10 men, but still, pretty big upset there. Everything
That's a
else,
huge upset.
pretty much chalk. None really else to talk about.
But very pleased for Molly, though. Very
pleased
pleased
for Mali. The game that I have my eyes on is actually going to be tomorrow. Algeria, Democratic Republic of Congo.
Ooh.
Because I want to see, first off, Democratic Republic of Congo has gotten some publicity lately from their statuesque fan that stands straight up for 90 minutes.
I don't know how that guy does that.
That's commitment.
That is commitment. So I'm
I
looking
can see
forward
that.
to
I can see Donnie doing that for Clemson.
No.
Well,
I'm
it
sorry.
reminds me.
Sorry, Clemson. Sorry, Clemson.
It kind of reminds. Are you guys familiar with the St. Joseph's basketball team and their mascot?
Yeah.
Kind of like what that mascot does, flapping his wings for the entire game.
Yeah, that's insane.
And I still remember I saw them in a NCAA tournament game, the first round in Birmingham, and I remember just I watched the mascot more than the game because he was like, okay, he's got to take a break. No, the entire game flapping his arms. I thought that was pretty amazing.
That dude's shoulders was shot at the end of that game.
But what the guy's doing for the Democratic Republic of Congo, I think is even more impressive.
Oh yeah, he's like one of those guys on the street in New Orleans that just stands like a statue and holds his arm out. And I'm like, how can you hold your arm out extended like that without movement? It doesn't even appear. I mean, I know he's blinking, but he barely blinks. And it's like, how in the hell do you do that for 90 plus minutes?
I hope for his sake the game does not go to extra time.
Oh,
Right.
Yo, that was a hell of a touchdown run.
What a game this is.
These guys are finding the gap big time.
Yo.
Listen, what did I say about Illinois State?
Don't
count them out. I'm not saying they're going to win. I'm just saying don't count them out.
So if Illinois State wins this game, then we will have somebody that finishes dead last.
We just don't know, or we just didn't know if their momentum was going to carry with the layoff, but they seem to be all right.
Yeah. Virgil, I'm honored to finish last yet again.
I've been meaning to ask you guys this the whole game too. There's a guy that plays for Montana State that has the coolest version I've seen, and I don't understand how he's got such a better version of the Guardian cap.
Oh yeah, that's a new version.
Like that is like way better than anything in the NFL.
That's a
That
new
thing is
design.
yeah.
Well, nothing
Now,
beat
right there,
nothing
number
beats Petr
7.
Cech's scrum cap. Okay.
I mean, that thing is awesome for what it is. It doesn't look like damn Rick Moranis wearing the Spaceballs helmet.
Virgil knows about Petr Cech's scrum helmet.
Oh yeah, that's the only way I know about him with this. I mean, that's the only way I see him with his helmet.
That thing's iconic. So Chelsea's former goalkeeper, and he is actually a former Arsenal goalkeeper, as much as I hate to say it. Petr Cech, he was in he had his skull cracked from a one-on-one situation when he was in his first days at Chelsea and it's sort of his first couple of years, and he had a fracture in his skull. So when he came back to play, he from that point on he wore a rugby scrum cap whenever he played in goal.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically saved his life.
Right.
It was.
And he had a great career. He had a great career afterwards. So I mean,
it certainly preserved his career. But
yeah,
whenever I think about these scrum casts now, I can only think about Petr Cech.
So that is it for soccer. Let's talk about the Division III game from last night.
You mean the ice hockey game?
The ice hockey game?
Yeah, they were slipping and sliding everywhere. These guys were just all over, bro.
There were some good hits in that one too, but Wisconsin River Falls wins their first national championship, beating the champion from last year, North Central. Now, we all pick North Central. We admit it. I do.
Former Oklahoma State walk-on?
Former Oklahoma State walk-on that I didn't even know was there until I found that out, folks. But, yeah, it's kind of nice in Division III seeing new blood win.
You took the words right out of my mouth. New blood.
Yeah.
And it's good to see a new blood that's not WCW, okay?
Oh, yeah. We won't talk about that one.
Yeah.
There's certain things in wrestling I will not talk about, and mid-2000s.
New blood is one of them. You're smart to stay away from that.
Yeah. But no, usually this was kind of I'm not going to say the biggest problem I had with Division II, Division III, and FCS at the time, but it was definitely one of the deterrents that it was pretty much the same teams. Division III kind of broke the Mount Union, Wisconsin Whitewater streak a while back ago. So now there's kind of like, there's still some other teams. North Central was one of them. Cortland, I know, was part of that too. But it's nice to see there. But I look at this FCS game, and I cannot think of the last time where we've had two teams, and I don't know, let me verify before I say that. I don't believe either of these teams have an FCS championship.
Oof. I'm telling you, I love some of the moves that these guys have in this game, like the shake and bake. Whew.
Yeah, they've actually been. This is a good game, man.
It's a great game, but you know what's very uncharacteristic tonight is Montana State's penalties, like
stupid, dumb penalties.
No, it's just that Montana State has been so disciplined most of the season that I've seen them, and this is very uncharacteristic of them.
Okay, so Illinois State, if they win, this is their first title. Do you guys want to guess Montana State's last title? How far back you have to go?
1982.
I'm going to take a guess here. 1962.
Okay, FCS wasn't around for that long, Patrick.
1982.
Close. 1984.
1889.
No.
Okay.
Well, 1984, huh?
Oh, he just about intercepted that.
Yeah, 1984 was their last title, so they have been waiting for a long, long time.
Jesus,
is that when George Orwell went there?
No, that was the David Arnold was the coach at the time.
Man, that was too close.
Yeah, I thought that was George Orwell's alma mater. My bad.
All right, who here picked Montana State besides me?
Oh, Montana State. No.
Oh, I did.
Okay, so
everybody did except for Virgil and me.
Okay, you guys might be on to something.
Well, let's not say anything yet. I'm not counting out anything.
Nope. There's been too much going on in this game. Any team can strike at any time.
But
Like,
listen,
listen, it's not lost on me that Montana State went 3 plays for 74 yards.
No, I get it.
yeah, Illinois State
Plus,
beating
Montana State still has
Villanova
the
the way
ball.
that they did, and of course, Illinois State knocked out the cowards. So, I mean, gotta go with them.
I can understand that. Okay.
Yep. You know what would have been great is if Illinois State had a guy named Davis that got the winning touchdown against UC Davis. That didn't happen. That would have been cool.
That would be cool. Okay, I'm going to check another stat because now I'm kind of curious about this.
Man. So yeah, so you were right. So Illinois State would be the first FCS championship in program history.
They just put it up on the screen.
Yep.
They did.
Where do you think I'm reading it?
Okay.
It's almost like they're watching the show.
Yeah, it's almost like I've got access to it for once.
I think Virgil hacked their program and sent that information because we were looking it up way before they brought it up.
Yeah. Listen, I don't have as many subscriptions as you do, Donnie. So,
But at the same time, come on, guys, we're a professional show here. Okay, this is DSC Sports Network here, guys. Come on now. Of course, we were going to know this before them.
Absolutely.
So Illinois State's logo. I know it's not exactly like that. I can't help but think of Ball State's logo.
Yeah, it's very close.
Yeah, but I like this one better.
I like this one a lot better. I think this one's a lot more polished than Ball State's.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that. Ball State to me is like a kind of unique logo.
But Ball State's logo to me always feels unfinished.
That I will agree with. All right, so ever since they started doing seeding in the FCS, there have been 5 unseeded national championships. Our national champion teams.
Well, poor Virgil's trying to share relevant information. Here I am. Ooh.
The last one was Richmond in 2008.
That was the last one to what now?
To winning national championship, being unseeded.
Oh, okay.
Wait, are we talking about the Paul Caputo alma mater, Richmond?
I think we're talking about the Mike London Richmond teams.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
man.
Just to be sure, it's not Mitch Richmond?
Not Mitch Richmond. Good.
Okay.
Good call, by the way, though. I used to have a Mitch Richmond jersey. I don't know why.
Yeah. I bet Donnie had a Mitch Richmond Kings jersey. No. He used to be a Warrior too.
Is Illinois State about to pull off?
Listen, I've been believing since before this playoff bracket ever started. Although I did not pick them to beat North Dakota State. I will say that.
I mean, who did? Nobody.
Nobody did.
Yeah, I gave them no chance in that game. I'll be the first to admit that. But I was thrilled when they did. I did say that I thought they'd give them a game, but ultimately I picked North Dakota State.
Yeah, it's funny. The first time I saw Illinois State this year, they were struggling in double overtime against North Alabama. And I'm like, this team's got problems and they've got it together. I admit I was wrong.
Is there a way that we can have Illinois State play Alabama State?
I can see them playing eventually.
Well, I just want Illinois State to beat the brakes off of Alabama State. That's all I want to see.
Fair enough.
Listen, if Virgil the GOAT doesn't like him, I don't like him either. So
I wonder their schedule's actually out next year.
I might need to see if Illinois State has a hat.
They probably do.
Oh, that's wild.
I got to support an FCS team. Ooh, Titans are going to interview Raheem Morris.
Really?
Wrong show, yeah.
These NFL candidates right now, they're so wild to me. Like all these candidates that are like the Browns have been linked to Mike McCarthy. Well, I don't know why. Brian Flores, McDaniels, if he's let go at Miami, if they do some kind of change, apparently. Also, former Arizona Cardinals head coach
Jonathan Gannon.
Nope.
Wait a minute.
And
Say it-
current offensive coordinator for
Oh,
the
Cliff
Washington.
Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury.
Kingsbury.
Wow.
That's who
Kingsbury.
the Browns are after.
That's one of the rumors. Yep.
So I thought an interesting one for Vegas was when Brady. One person suggested that Brady should bring the band back together and have like Brian Flores be the head coach, but then have Brian Daboll as his offensive coordinator.
Yep. I saw that as well.
I mean, shoot, I don't know if Daboll would agree to that, but that'd be a great pairing.
There's been some wild rumors out there, man. It's just like you don't know what to think when it comes to any of that. So I'm just gonna wait and see.
What about John Harbaugh to Cleveland?
I'm good.
What kind of fireworks would that cause? 18 years in Baltimore coming to Cleveland.
He would never do it.
He
I
wouldn't
know
do
he
it.
wouldn't, but I'm just
He would never do that.
and I don't even know if he's leaving Baltimore. I mean, say I know he's not even.
I mean, I would
gone.
never say never leaving Baltimore because they have been underperforming for so many years. Honestly, I would not be surprised if Harbaugh does end up walking away
Well,
from Baltimore.
kind of like Tomlin. I don't think he's going to be fired. I think he would just have to agree to walk away.
Yeah, they just had to mutually agree to part
Right.
ways.
He has to just kind of agree it's time.
I mean,
Yeah.
he might say, you know what, I'm burned out here. I need to take a break and revisit coaching next year or something.
Hmm.
Do you think he'd say that though?
Probably not, but I mean,
Well, I mean, I'm genuinely asking. I don't.
I
don't
don't know that any of these coaches think that way. I
Yeah.
think some of them should think that way.
Sure.
Correct.
If Harbaugh comes back next year, he will be. I won't say he'll be the hottest seat in coaching, but he definitely will be a top 3.
I agree. What
Oh.
because the hottest seat's already gotten rid of this year. Most of them
Yeah.
have been getting rid of, right? Except for McDaniels, who somehow
McDaniels for sure.
Yeah.
Is probably gonna be the only one.
right,
Oh.
exactly.
Do we think Mike McDaniel's even going to come back to Miami, or is
They already said that he will.
did they confirm that today? Miami?
They confirmed that early in the season, 2 games before the game when the season was over.
Well, I was going to say, but he's still been on lists about. I still see him on lists of like, will he or won't he be back?
I
Trade.
think that's clickbait.
Yeah, that's clickbait one up, but also it could be trade.
No, I saw it. Now you may not agree with where I saw it, but on Get Up they were talking about Mike McDaniel might be up for the Browns job.
Yeah, I keep seeing that one, but I think I think it will be a trade situation.
Did
We
guys
will
see-
give you Deshaun Watson for McDaniels.
Listen, I think you guys are going to end up with Ryan Tannehill. He seems like a Brown waiting to happen.
No.
Ryan Tannehill.
I wouldn't put that trade past Miami right there. Yeah,
wouldn't.
Ed. Deshaun
Ooh.
Watson to Miami for the coach.
Yeah, I'll take it. Get rid of, Browns just need to get rid of him. The Dolphins need a quarterback, right? The Browns need a head coach.
By the way, I don't know if this is breaking news, but Bryce Underwood's returning to Michigan.
Yeah, I just saw
Yeah, I
that.
saw that. Yeah.
No, I don't know how you guys saw that, considering we're watching the same stream.
Because it's on the sports ticker at the bottom.
Thank you, Virgil.
You're welcome.
And it wasn't the first time that sports ticker was rolled by, just so you know. It's
Yeah, it
continuous.
wasn't
Ooh, I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about them.
But don't worry, we'll be talking about college tomorrow.
You what?
We'll be talking about college football a lot tomorrow.
What, has something happened in that?
We'll see.
No. By the way, the only thing I gotta say, because I'm probably not gonna be able to say it tomorrow.
Howdy,
All
toddy.
of you Myles Garrett haters, suck it.
Not me.
Okay. No, I know you're not, but I was like, the guy was like, oh well, he did it with more games. No, he did it in less snaps than both of them.
Man.
Okay. Also, I just saw a little record, a little nugget here. Teams double team, the team double team rate for Myles Garrett 57% of the time.
Yeah.
TJ Watt in 2021, 15% of the time.
Yeah. Well,
You said he
who's
was
always
double-
the guy? Who's always the guy that everyone's always targeting on the Browns?
Myles Garrett,
You say he was double teamed 57% of the time.
57% of the time.
How much of that was just the Steelers game alone?
And the Bengals.
Yeah.
Right. Because that
Dude.
was like 100% of the time those games, so that's probably skewed some of the.
Yeah.
But 57% of the time. That is absolutely wild. Plus, you think that it's like he did it in less than 500
Oh my
snaps.
gosh.
All right, here we go.
Oh no!
Wow.
He must have
Oh,
missed
blocked it.
Oh, blocked.
Wow.
Oh, and he picked it up, ran. Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
You have
and he might have just ran that. They got like maybe a few
if he
plays,
wasn't
and they'll be back
tackled,
in
he would have
field
ran
goal.
the whole all the way.
Oh yeah. They're almost in field goal
Jesus Christ,
position.
they have a timeout left,
Oh man.
and there's an
Dang.
injured player. Yo.
What a game this is. This
And
is
wait
a
a
good listen. This is a good advertisement for FCS.
Wow, he
That's
came
a
from
great
the
block.
side.
What's it? And he came untouched.
Yep. And that is a nice scoop right there too. Got to the 45.
If this is anybody's first FCS game, welcome.
You're right. Is yours frozen?
No. By the way, I didn't know Andy Reid coached Illinois State, by the way.
I know.
Oh, boo.
What?
Man, this is why I love FCS football. Right here.
Listen, I meant that as a compliment. I like Andy Reid.
I know.
I'd love to see the Illinois State coach and the guy in the stands at Kansas City that looks like Andy Reid and Andy Reid, all three together.
Yeah, Virgil, did you want me to say
Eating-
Mark Mangino instead?
No.
Eating nuggies.
Eating nuggies, yeah. How cool would it be though if Illinois State were to have won? Would
Get to the
how
green
win
line.
this game?
Get to the green. Oh,
Ooh.
Jesus, dude, stop messing
Ooh.
around.
He's taking him out of field goal range by doing that.
Oh my God.
Why would you do
Does
that?
does Cam Little by any chance play for Montana State?
No, I don't believe he does. I don't believe
Because
he
you know
can
they
play
might need
for-
they might need a 60+ yard field goal to
even though I heard you can do some basketball occasionally.
What are you doing?
Play for a pro team. Oh my gosh.
yeah. This is
We didn't go. None of us went to any of these schools, right? I just want to point that out.
I drove by Illinois State, if that counts.
I thought about going to Illinois State like a couple of days ago. Is that
Did you?
no?
I've been in the state of Illinois.
Yeah, so have I.
Where is Illinois State in terms of the state, Virgil?
Illinois.
It's in Normal,
Thank you,
Illinois.
Ed. Is it normal?
Normal, Illinois,
Nice.
which is. I'm
So
trying to
wait, does
think
that
what-
make
Some of the Corn Belters.
Wait a minute. So does this make the Illinois State the official FCS school, the Earn
Oh!
podcast?
Yes. I
Oh, a
believe
bad
so.
snap. Oh my God.
Ooh.
Oh man.
No one wants this game, do they?
How do you have that horrible of a
Oh.
snap?
Oh,
Oh wow. From a certain field goal to
no.
this game's going to OT.
Oh
so-
man. He wasn't looking. He
Yeah.
was making adjustments and just snapped
Yeah.
it.
And I don't know if Eric is on,
Jesus
but like
Christ.
I remember I'm the one
He's
that
not.
originally suggested that the Normal Corn Belters should be the official college summer league team of the Earn Fun Average podcast.
Oh yeah.
And then Eric is like, "No, that's so lame." And then he started using it on the show, and I was like, "Wow, now I see how this works. You poo-poo it until you make it sound like your own idea."
Look, it's yours.
Yeah. So here you heard me on here. Illinois State and Normal, Illinois is the official FCS team of the Earn Fun Average podcast.
So to give people an idea where Normal is in Illinois, it is about an hour, maybe a little bit further southeast of Peoria.
Well, and I was going to say, if you know where Bloomington is,
And where's Peoria?
Put the map
we don't-
up, son.
If you don't know where Peoria is, just pull up baseballmapper.com and do it yourself.
I know where
Oh.
Chicago is.
Someone hasn't been to a Peoria Chiefs game.
is he going for the kick here?
He's
You
punting.
have to.
Oh, he's punting.
He's punting. Okay.
They're at their own 35. Like there's no.
Cam Little might have a Cam Little leg. You don't know.
The hell he does.
Surely they're not going to fake this. They wouldn't see it coming.
Not with 21 seconds on the clock.
No, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna pull an Indianapolis Colts and have their punting formation on third and fourth down.
That was so funny.
That was great. Oh no, he got tripped up by his own guy.
Good kick, though. Hot dog.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a kick.
Yeah.
Are we doing a flea flicker here or a Hail Mary?
I mean, Rittenhouse has the arm, so
I take a knee, go to overtime.
no, throw it.
What do you care about stats at this point?
I mean, you got to take a couple of shots here.
You have 12 seconds. You can try to get at least one
Yeah.
halfway through and then
Yeah.
have enough to heave it.
Does Illinois State have any timeouts?
No,
No.
nobody has timeouts.
Come on, Andy Reid.
I mean, if Illinois State pulls off the win, that's a national championship coach and a Super Bowl coach. You got to put him and Andy Reid together in a commercial eating nuggies. That's a super idea.
He's going for
that
overtime,
you had.
isn't he?
Told you they're just gonna run the
And
clock.
I don't think they had a Derrick Henry back there that was going to break.
No. They were just running the clock out.
No, they had a what's his name? Tyrone Tracy.
Tyrone Tracy, yeah.
Tyrone Tracy Jr.
Uh,
Did you know he broke 1,000 yards for the season again?
and he only played for like half the season. Wasn't he injured
Yeah.
for like half the season?
He was. But like the second straight season, he got 1,000 yards.
By the way, I know this is not for us to break talk here, but we'll talk about it on tomorrow. But the Pirates are reportedly interested in free agent Eugenio Suarez.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
Are the Pirates becoming buyers now?
Well, they've already signed a couple
Yeah.
guys.
They
yeah.
are. They better be. Paul Skeens is like, y'all better buy some people.
Well, I'm gonna walk the hell out of this place.
Exactly.
Well, he's probably going to walk out of that place anyway. It's just
He's like, y'all
Just-
give me some help or I'm out.
if you don't want me to demand a trade during my arbitration eligible years,
Right.
you need to make us competitive during my arbitration eligible years. Because once I'm out of arbitration options, I'm heading my way to
To New York.
probably LA. Although
dude,
isn't he a big Yankees fan? But is Hal going to pay him what he's going to command?
No, I don't think so.
Probably not. How's
Because I think that Hal Steinbrenner is going to go for Ball Steens instead of Paul Skeens.
I think Hal Steinbrenner reads the book of Jerry.
mhm.
Mm.
Uh,
I see that.
Well, I don't know if that's true or not because they still make the playoffs.
True story.
Baseball is easier than football to make
One of my-
playoffs.
One of my friends put up a story today, and he's not the first one to do this, but he did the whole. He looked like he had to really admit something serious, and he goes, "So you guys have probably been hearing about this, but I wanted y'all to hear it first from me." And he's going on, and he goes on for about 2 minutes, and he goes, "My Cowboys are not going to make the playoffs, or are not going to win the Super Bowl this year." I'm like, "Yep, you make the same video every year."
Who was that?
Just a friend of mine.
Oh,
And he does the whole almost like he's got to admit something that he's been hiding for a while. And then he goes, "My Cowboys are not making the Super Bowl." Like, yeah, they're not making the playoffs either, bro.
they don't care about making the playoffs. The Cowboys never have not cared in so long to make the playoffs.
They're such an
and you want to know what?
unserious team.
Go ahead, Virgil. I'm sorry.
They're such an unserious team.
Well, and do you want proof of that?
They're and
Head-
they are an
Their head
entertainment
coaching
team.
hire last season.
Exactly.
Like,
Agreed.
by the way, no disrespect. What's his name? The
Schottenheimer.
Schottenheimer. Like, no disrespect to Brian Schottenheimer. Is it Brian? Is that right?
Brian.
Yeah. No disrespect to
not
Brian
Marty.
Schottenheimer. He's a decent offensive mind, but he's not a head coach.
You know, I'm
And
really
quite
am
frankly, shouldn't
now.
have been in the frame.
Yeah, I'm really am believing now in the like some people are just, you know what? It's okay for you to be just an OC or just a DC.
Well, I'll give you two: Norv Turner,
Yeah,
Wade Phillips.
100%. Although
Both
Wade Phillips is
great-
pretty
both
good with the
great
Brahmas.
coordinators, both great coordinators, but they're not great head coaches.
Agreed.
And even though they both of them had like 1 or 2 years of success as a head coach, but overall, like over a couple of different stints of being head
Yeah.
coaches, I'd say they were more coordinators than coaches.
No, I'm with you there. I'll agree with you there. I
Josh McDaniels
Oof.
is probably the best example.
Was Norm Chow ever a head coach?
What?
Norm Chow was a head coach, wasn't he?
Who?
Norm Chow?
Norm Chow.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I thought so.
Norm Chow was the coach at, was it UCLA?
Yeah. Yeah, he
Was
was at UCLA.
Yeah. Because was he the coordinator at USC? And then he was.
That I don't know. I don't know if he was ever at
Wow.
UCLA before UCLA.
Oh, well, now you got me looking it up.
Chow was I know he was defense coordinator for the Titans. He was
Yeah,
USC.
and he was he was offensive coordinator at USC and UCLA. But I'm looking for.
Oh, so it was both. Okay.
He was the head coach at Hawaii. That's what it was.
Yes, I remember
That's
that.
where he was. That's where he was. I knew he, and I had Hawaii in my head, but I'm like, for some reason, oh, and he coached the Helvetic Guards. Go
I was
figure.
not expecting to read where he was at now.
At Vienna Vikings.
Yes. I swear
Vienna Vikings.
that European Football League always shows up in our shows at some point.
Well, what I love is that he was at Hawaii and then he was at Miracosta High School after that.
Wow.
I wonder if he had a kid. No, I don't know.
Well, because he was the head coach at Hawaii from 2012 to 2015, and then he was an assistant at Miracosta High School for 2016. And he took 4 years off and was with the Los Angeles Wildcats.
Mhm.
Obviously, I didn't know all this. I'm just looking it up, but
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Man, he danced around those guys to get in that corner.
Jesus.
So for you FCS people that know a lot more about this than I do, what are the rules for overtime in FCS?
Same.
Same.
And do you think all the players on that team just said, "Thank you, Lord"?
I was thinking that when he scored the first touchdown. but the answer to your question is yes.
Yep.
At least put it this way.
Oh, they blocked extra point.
Oh my
Again?
god.
Oh, face mask on the. I don't know what the face mask even. I
Well,
guess is that penalty enforced on where they spot the.
I think it
start?
is.
They will, yeah.
Yeah,
well, I'll say
okay.
this though. That's one of those. I feel like that's a professional foul in soccer. It's almost like
Jesus
he's
Christ,
off to
that
the
dude
races
just
if you
grabbed the
don't.
full face man. He just took him down with the
Well, I was
face
going
man.
to say, but he's off to the races if you don't do that. So would you rather take the penalty or would you rather?
That's
actually a
mean-
good question. You would probably take the because
Yeah.
no, you would take the penalty. You would not. You would take the penalty because if they score a touchdown, you would still have a chance to block the extra
Yeah.
point. If they do score on that, get the 2 points, then touchdown, it's over.
Right.
So
he did.
wait,
We said it was declined.
why they decline it?
Well, I'm thinking of, and not to cross sports again, but I'm thinking of soccer where you, where sometimes there's a professional foul, right? Where it's like,
Okay.
I don't think he was doing that. I think he was just trying to take him down, and fingers got caught in there. But
No. I'm sorry, homie. That was a full face mask hold right
yeah,
there.
I mean, once he got in there, he was just trying to drag him down. But I don't think he was doing it to like get a penalty versus the run back. He was just trying to freaking bring him down, and that's where he grabbed, and that's where he kept holding. He was
Man,
not letting him go.
Special teams have been clutch, blocking 2 kicks.
Yeah.
Well, shit, they're just starting on the 25, so it basically was irrelevant.
yeah, but
Yeah, so they said it didn't matter. Because
It didn't matter.
I've got the captions going.
Oh, okay.
Who was that first down? Ooh,
Oh, that's a first down run right there, baby.
man. So if Montana State scores here and gets the extra point, it's done.
It's over.
That's it. And by
Oh,
the
good
way,
news.
it does happen that we always talk about the European Football League. There's got
It
some
always
nice
comes up.
stuff.
I've noticed that.
Yep. We just got to keep up with this.
Yeah,
now we
Devon.
have something to talk
Yeah.
about that.
And then it's good to know that Devontae Adams is going to play against Carolina.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
By the way, good show this morning, boys.
We
Thank
had we had an interesting show this morning. It was definitely interesting.
Yeah, I was awake for it. I was up at 5:45 getting ready to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I was up before that, but I had my alarm set to know when it was time to get ready for breakfast takes.
I like it. When does the European Football League start?
Whenever Jack Del Rio darn well pleases it for it to start.
That's very. I actually do not know.
When he finishes his stint for his DUI?
Oh,
Oh, so
did
like
he,
all
did he
time
get that
ago,
while in
right?
Paris?
Oh God!
Isn't that
False
where Jack
start.
Del Rio is in Paris?
Yeah.
Was that another false start for Montana State?
It starts in May.
That did not look like it was a false start.
Well, they circled the guy. Let's see.
They circled two of them, and
Oh,
they look like they moved as the snap happened, but I don't know.
are they saying it was 64 or?
I don't know. They circled both guys on the end down there. I don't know which
no,
one. they were.
that's Nintendo.
Yeah, the commentators are saying they didn't see a false start. They said that must have been a phantom call.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 11.
Ooh.
Now back to
now. This is getting interesting now.
Okay.
all right. So we got to keep an eye on the they
Every time I see Lamson, I keep thinking it says Larson, and I'm like, man, that ain't my team.
The European Football League starts in May. For the
May.
looks of it.
Well, good. So, do we get to tell Zach Beeson that football is all year round now?
You better not
Yeah,
tell
between
him
the UFL and European League and the Canadian League, it is.
Yeah. Oh, did he get that? Oh
Nope.
no. Oh no.
that. He should have caught
Oh,
that.
no.
Oh,
Oh,
that was a slant.
that
This is
should have been over.
It was a little bit behind him.
What the Hornets lost beat the Thunder? What the hell?
Dude, that was on his
and he almost
chest,
intercepted
man.
it. He should have intercepted that.
That should have been picked.
Oh,
That should have been caught, and then if that should have been picked at the same time.
Oh no.
Oh my God, this is it. This is it.
By the way, the Virgil, the Thunder are gonna annihilate the Warriors this week.
I don't know the way they played against the Hornets.
Well, my beloved team is a dumpster fire. One, number two, they have no one healthy to play. I think they said they were going to be without Curry, Butler, and Green. Of course, with Green, it might be addition by subtraction.
That's about to say.
By the way, did the Thunder have a spot for Draymond Green? Because I would
no, they're full.
personally drive him
They're full.
to Oklahoma City.
Draymond Green needs to go away now. That's at this point, he needs to just go away.
Man, this is what do they always say in a rap song? This is grown man Bia.
Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. Just get the
love that.
first down.
I love how we're just neutrals in this, and I feel like
And we're so invested.
We're so invested in this game.
Yeah.
By the way, do you think that Eric's tuning in pretending that Montana State looks like Notre Dame fighting Irish?
Notre Dame would beat
jerseys?
these teams right here, man.
You know what I'm saying? But like
It does. They do look like Notre
the
Dame.
gold helmets and the navy,
Yeah.
like and the Under Armour. I'm like, if I didn't see the M up there, I was looking for, and if I was looking for a 4-leaf clover, I'm almost thinking, man, they look like Notre Dame.
Mhm.
And of course,
See, I was going to say it
It
looks
looks
like
like-
if Marquette had a football team.
well, with the M, of course, but
Yeah.
Okay, here we go, boys.
if Marquette had a football team, would Shaka Smart be their head coach?
Oh, damn.
Stop.
Oh.
What a play.
Oh no, by himself.
Wow.
Oh. Taco.
Montana State may have a title here.
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you leave him by himself?
Someone had
That's what-
that. Someone had.
That's what the Illinois State players are asking themselves.
I have to see that. I have to see that route run.
Well, I
again.
mean, he had a guy. I don't know what he,
had
did.
a guy with him.
He had a
Wasn't-
guy with him, but he had him blocked out.
Wasn't there a hold there? I'm kidding.
I'm not surprised if something a flag comes out. Which, by the way, the pass interference was not a pass interference in the Panthers game. By the way, they admitted it. Donnie.
Yep, I saw that.
Done.
Wow, what a finish.
Oh my God!
What a way to lose.
What a
Oh,
way
to win.
What a game!
what a way to win. What a way to lose.
I mean, that's
Listen,
like
I'm
last
sorry.
night's game. I mean, that's like the Pittsburgh fight. Hey,
I can guarantee you, the college football playoff Division I is not going to come close to this game.
no,
No.
Not going to come close to this.
Man, you feel for Illinois State though.
You
man.
you feel either way. Whoever would have lost, you felt for them.
yeah.
What
But-
a game!
But if you had to pick, it's a game of inches with this. You have to give it to Montana State for not only the blocked field goal, but the blocked extra point. I
Yeah.
mean, if there's small little
Special
little
teams.
parts.
Yeah.
Yep. Which this should be a good discussion one night, but like if we could talk about like why more special teams coaches aren't considered for head coaching jobs, considering they touch both the offense and the defense. I mean,
Well, and that's the thing.
who's
like,
the
we
one?
just
Joe
went-
Judge is the only one that I can think of in recent
Well-
memory. that's
well,
gotten-
John Harbaugh started out as a special
Good
teams
point.
coach.
That's a much better example,
Yeah.
certainly of success. That's
Yeah.
certainly a much better example than Joe Judge. But
Well, I can officially say with picks that we have a bona fide tie. So I guess I'm gonna have to
Really?
think of
Wow.
a tiebreaker.
Okay.
So-
Oh man,
I will devise something.
I like it.
well, I know it's not me, so I'm gonna enjoy watching whoever.
If it's putting your hands behind your back and we pick a number, I don't want to go for that.
No, no, no.
I've been
I'll probably-
fooled too many times.
I will probably do an over under with an obscure stat that happened this week.
Okay.
So I need to do some digging into it. Well, everyone, thank you for joining us tonight. Like I said, congratulations, Montana State, on their first FCS title since 1984. Well deserved. And Illinois State, man, what a fight!
Man, what a
unseeded-
game.
going
What a
from
season.
unseeded- What a season! Going from unseeded to national championship game, knocking out North Dakota State on the way, knocking out the Cowards, knocking out all seeds all the way.
I mean, that was a hell of a run they went on. for sure.
Absolutely hell of a run. So I hate to see them lose like this, but man, great game to watch. So everyone, thank you for joining us tonight on this extended edition of Break Even Sports, the FCS Championship Edition. Thank you for joining us. We will be back on tomorrow, going over the NFL, going probably over the preview for playoffs, maybe even going over the CFP games. We'll see how it goes. So thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
We're gonna take on the world.